This is not the song I wanted to write for you. This is not the way I wanted to make you feel. The truth is so unkind. I can't stop the way it sounds in your mind. It's loud and it's distorted. The longer you avoid it, too much to settle, so I hide in my golden cage. Silence is starving, humble pie on a paper plate. Going in circles, and my pride is the piece I hold. I will never settle, 'cause to settle would crush our souls. Too much to settle. Silence is starving. I will never settle. I will never settle. Going in circles. Silence is starving. I will never settle. I will never settle.
You're supposed to put the first 500 in the safe and lose the combination. First in the beach with $1 million auto. Bring the cameraman, we can shoot our own knuckle. 812 matte black, looking like choco. I promise you the floor plan's nothing like the model.
Black and rich don't lie. Black and rich don't lie.
The money counter ding, it's so exciting. Summertime, Winterfell. I'm the night king, the Colgate kilo. The hood needs whitening. We fish scale niggas like we all Pisces. Your bitch in my bubble like I'm still typing. She hoping that you let her go like a kite string. Your eco-friendly jewelers, you keep recycling. Cartier bust downs, just not my thing. To be in the center of that left and right wing. The only time you'll ever see me next to Breitling. Wonder where they started from, the facts are frightening. Richard Price Flame gave birth to pipe dreams, now we here. Beach with $1 million auto. Bring the cameraman, we can shoot our own knuckle. 812 matte black, looking like choco. I promise you the floor plan's nothing like the model.
Black and rich don't lie. Black and rich don't lie. And a dope house had a line, dope house had a line. And a dope house had a line, dope house had a line. And a dope house had a line, dope house had a line. And a dope house had a line, dope house had a line. I'm on love, I wouldn't believe it either. I be like Jay-Z's a cheater, I wouldn't listen to reason either. All I know is he's a felon. How is he selling? We the Khalifa brothers, deep down I believe you love us. Feast your eyes, the piece unique is sapphire. Rappers liars, I don't do satire. Neither I nor my wrist move mockingly. Y'all spend real money on fake watches, shockingly. They put me on lists with these niggas inexplicably. I put your mansion on my wall, are you shitting me? I blew bird money, y'all talking Twitter feed. We got different sob stories, save your soliloquies. They like if Big was alive, Ho wouldn't be in this position. If Big had survived, y'all would've got the commission. Hov was gon' always be Hov. It was the universe will, cause Allah said so. And now I'm here.
Beach with $1 million auto. Bring the cameraman, we can shoot our own knuckle. 812 matte black, looking like Choco. I promise you the floor plan's nothing like the model. Making bricks don't lie. Making bricks don't lie.
to drive to work to pay for this car, buy this car to drive to work to work.
Welcome to YellBRo. I'm Jordan, and today we're doing whatever the fuck we feel like. Got some topics I want to go over, but you know, you guys recommend videos, I react to them, give you my thoughts, my opinions. Maybe I even chop them up and make some clips for uploads. It's been a while, but the first live stream was me just like kind of just sitting there fucking bullshitting around. Now it's like really start going over shit. I can hear. Before we get started, don't forget to share, support, and hopefully donate to all the links you see in the description box. Do it. I don't even know if they're still active, bro. Honestly. But just in case, I'll say it anyways. Check out all the fucking links in the description box. A shout out, a donation, a share somewhere. Do something. Do it. Alright, let's see there. Jesse, what's up, Jesse? Chip. Canadian bastard. You Caribbean, Canadian bitch ass. Audit Press, shout out. Maddie, what's up, Maddie? I can drop a Discord link. I can do that. Shro, what up, Shrodo Baggins? Check out Shrodo Baggins on Twitch. If you're into gaming. If you're not, check it out anyways. Why not? Get it. Be a pussy. Sorry, Amy. Don't be a P word. Check it out. That's right, YellBRo Riot. You know I'm here for the shits. Mystery, what's up? A mystery, oh. Well, I got some videos lined up. I don't know exactly how long I'll be live streaming, but actually, let me look for get this first. I don't know how to do this. The comments. Kind of want to pin my Discord. Dude, how the fuck do you do this? I forgot. We're getting there. We're getting back to you. Hopefully that worked. There is my Discord. Here's where I can fucking... I'm like afraid to open up Discord. It's just gonna fucking melt my computer and slow it down. Discord on my... Stevie, what's up, Stevie? What ass P word? No, I didn't want to do that. Damn. Oh, rolling. Oh yeah, we got some surprises out tonight. All right, I think we're... All right, so I've had some people, some with beaks and web feet, told me about Whitney Webb on Glenn Beck's show, and then some of the reactions to that, which were from the Combo Couch people, and they're, I guess, calling out nitpickers and haters. It's like, my initial reaction to that is like, dude, look at the thing you're dealing with, right? You guys talk about it on your show, right? About war and assassinations, and like, look at the selling drugs to their own people, creating death squads, fucking death and destruction across the fucking world, creepy, corrupt fucking corporations and all that shit, right? The triple C, creepy, corrupt corporation, coining that. I will copyright you if you use it. But yeah, Louise you talk about this though? Like, what's actually on the line in regards to the topics you talk about? That I'd half talk about. I talk about like video games and sports and shit too, but you know, that important subject of like, fuck, how do we make the world a better place? It's supposed to be. I think that's what Whitney Webb's work is supposed to be about, like at least partially. So when you're dealing in that avenue, it's like everything's up for sale. Sorry, me, her, whoever the fuck enters the arena, like, yeah, your credibility deserve, like, not just, should be, like, not just, maybe do it. Like, no, that should happen. Should be called out, especially if there's something that someone views as like an infraction or something that's like, that's a little suspect. Or in her case, as far as this interview goes with Glenn Beck, it wasn't as much what she said, even though there were certain things. It's more about things she didn't say in an interview with Glenn Beck, where you're on like a bigger platform, right? What does Glenn Beck have? 895 subscribers. This has over 700,000 views in 7 days. It's like, oh, here's your chance. And I'm not saying like, oh, she's got to be a perfect human being, she's perfect robotic smash Glenn Beck, destroy Glenn Beck fucking bot thing. I'm just saying like, if you don't say the things that we've heard you say a bunch of times, like, yeah, people should call you out for that. You can either be like, oh, I fucked up, or maybe I'm being strategic. But to just brush people off and call them haters. Stop hating on Whitney. Like, she's not a fucking sports team. Human being working in this realm of trying to make the world a better place. There is no fucking out of bounds as far as questions to ask her. There is none. There's nothing you write off as hater. Stupid. So, well, first I watched 95% of this thing. 95% of it. And I mean, it's kind of just, it's like an average interview. Nothing where I go crazy about. There's certain parts where it's like in the beginning of this thing, where it's like, oh, okay. I kept noticing her using the words intelligence agencies kind of repeatedly when it's like, well, the Epstein, like she's talking about Epstein, and it's like that's Mossad, Israel type of thing, right? Like that, they're like the big players in regards to Epstein, right? As far as maybe funding or whatever shit, or Ghislaine Maxwell, Robert Maxwell, on and so forth, along with U.S. and other countries, intelligence agencies. But it's like, I don't know, it could be my friend saying it to me to where I'm like thinking like, is she purposely doing that? Or maybe like it just actually looks weird. And I think it kind of does. Like, I remember someone like Ryan Dawson, if you guys remember that guy, like where like every other video, like back in the day, Ryan Dawson, like every other video is like about Israel, right? And then even he was like, yo, he said something like, oh, she stole my work, or she just steals my work and uses that shit for her gain. I think he said something like that, and it's like, well, if you're stealing or using or borrowing or inspired by Ryan Dawson's work, Israel is one of the major focuses, especially in regards to things like honeypots or espionage and fucking, what's the word, like blackmailing politicians to get them to do your bidding and shit. That was Ryan Dawson's like bread and butter. So, So, I think she mentioned Mossad once, and it was about two rogue agents. It wasn't about like the entity itself. Like two rogue agents did something, like went after, I think it was Robert Maxwell she's talking about. Oh, okay. Sour haterade. We see how much people change with another audience. The message gets lost. Missed opportunity. I mean, like, there's even like, what did she bring? What did he ask her? he asked her about Republicans. He's like, so like is voting Republican like a safe bet with this? Like, first of all, what kind of fucking question is that? It's like, now something tells me, I could be wrong, that if it was me and Whitney Webb just chilling on Discord talking shit, right? And then Dubster comes along like, yeah, you just vote Republican and fix it. You know, good chance that could help, you know? I think she would shoot him down and like fucking verbally like, here's that's fucking bullshit. But she eased Glenn. She didn't say, yeah, vote Republican, but she was like, she kind of eased Glenn to the ground as she's like, you can't really trust any guys. Some are good, you know, like politicians in general. Some are good, some are okay, but you kind of like eased him to the ground, just pushing his ass down, which I thought was interesting. Like, okay, what else was there? I think there's this part where he asked her about God, and after that, the LGBTQ fucking question thing. Most important topic in human history. What are the gays doing? Huh? What are the trans people doing? But I mean, I'll try pick through parts, I guess. Right now, I'm just like, I don't know why I thought this was interesting, but just something tells me like if you ask like I think it's important to hear some of the, I don't want to say deeper questions because some of these spiritual ideas can be very shallow, as you all probably know already. But I just get curious to hear the answer. And this is just for fun for me. This isn't like me going after Whitney Webb or anything. This part, at least. This part's like me just curious about these weird, bigger questions. Sorry, that's such a dumb question. I was like, hey, I think she mentioned one Republican too. She mentioned, fuck, I don't know this fucking guy's name, man. But it's some guy who like was in protest because of the vaccines, the vaccination shit. I'm like, okay, like, anyone can do that. Like, it's like anyone could literally do that. Like Joe Rogan could do it, so it's like not much effort needed. But all right, let's just play some of this just here. Question and response. Here we go. Hopefully this audio works.
Are you God-driven? Is God a center of?
Are you God-driven?
Yeah, but I tend to think of maybe God differently than most Christians. I don't really see it as a person or as a man. I see it as maybe the universe or the creative
I just like these
force,
questions. I can't help it.
You know, the energy that
I
drives
could go
all
with
life.
George Lucas and the Force. I mean,
Right.
it's the same
There's a lot of different
principle,
ways, you know, to look at it. But ultimately, if you're looking at humanity, what do you like about humanity? It's the creativity, it's the vivaciousness. You know, that's the stuff that I think we're fighting for. And you know, a lot of the guys behind this want to eliminate that. I think a lot of transhumanism is aimed at creating like a drone-like workforce that will never be able to challenge their working conditions or ask.
Now, I'm going to back up, but I had to stop it there because I think it's the first thing she mentioned, that we're in a spiritual war or something to those regards, is like one of the first things she mentions on this show. I'm like, well, if you're, you know, maybe easing Glenn Beck's temper by maybe avoiding certain topics or nation states or political ideas and concepts. I mean, I get why people think like, okay, here's how we get it. Like we can come back on to Glenn Beck's show and then get that same massive audience again, or his viewers will come check me out now because they realize I wasn't an asshole to him. It's like, but at the same time, it's like, it is spiritual, like you say. Kinda, and that, like, I can understand, but you can't tell people to not criticize you for it. Sorry. You can't knock them off as haters. You need a full explanation. Otherwise, you're not doing the work you're claiming to fucking. Point blank, period, bro. Like, answer it. Like, you don't have to be, like you can answer in a mean way. I do that sometimes, but at least they get an answer, like a worthy question. What up, Ant?
Center of you.
Yeah, but I tend to think of maybe God differently than most Christians. I don't really see it as a person or as a man. I see it as maybe the universe or the creative force.
Right.
You know.
Metaphysically speaking, it's an incomplete answer, but to his or her, their own. I think that could be private for her or whatever.
The energy that
I could
drives
go
all
with-
life.
I mean, if you're gonna use it for your driving force of why you do what you do, then I think you should bigger explanation. But maybe that's not the platform for it. Like you don't have enough time to allow your entire metaphysical philosophy or spiritual philosophy. All right, here we go.
George Lucas and the Force. I mean,
Right.
it's the same
There's a lot of different
principle, yeah.
ways, to look
Voltaire.
at it. But ultimately, if
You
you're
can see me
looking at
when I do that.
humanity, what do you like about humanity? It's the creativity. It's the vivaciousness. That's the stuff that I think we're fighting for. And a lot of the guys behind this want to eliminate that. I think a lot of transhumanism is aimed at creating like a drone-like workforce that will never be able to challenge their working conditions or ask for a bigger piece of the pie. And it's
Or
amazing to
leave
me
their working
that more
conditions.
people on the left don't see that if they're all about workers' rights and unionizing. All right, you have a chip in your brain. How's workers' rights going to go?
And how are the unions in bed?
See, once you go to there on the transhumanism topic, then you kind of need like not just for people who already agree with you, but people who disagree with you. Like, why do we need to protect this? Which is a question I don't really hear asked. Right? It seems like people just go with like, well, because man, you don't want a chip in your brain. Yeah, why not? You just don't. I need a real reason, right? Either it'll turn into like, but it's control. They're going to control us, but they're superpower, super technology. They're going to control us and stuff. Like, well, if we got rid of, like, let's say there were no more corrupt people on the planet, but the technology's there, then would it still be bad? I think those are worthy questions. Like, is it a neutral thing, and then whoever's using it for whatever means is the thing that's either the good thing or the problem? Because, well, me personally, like, I don't think it's my own philosophy. I don't see it as feasible, as workable. Like, try to dictate consciousness with a fucking brain chip. Like, sure, you can zap them when they're thinking about dogs or something, but you can't really. I don't think you can kind of quell like the actual full encompassing thing that we call humans or nature or whatever. But Anyway. I mean, once again, those are worthy questions. All right, here we go.
It's going to go.
And how are the unions?
Hey,
in
what's up,
bed?
Ed? Check out DJL7 on
All of
YouTube,
this?
mother freakers.
Well, I would say that you just have to look back to the unions, back in the 20s and 30s and 40s and how organized crime took them over. And that hasn't really changed. So the big ones, I mean, So it's, a lot of those guys over the years have evolved to support these types of policies because it's more control and money. And what does the mob love more than anything else, right?
Why is the left, I've always held more libertarian views. When it comes to social issues, I don't care who you marry. I don't care what you do. I don't care who you love. That's no business of mine. Shouldn't be any business of the government. That was a progressive idea to have a marriage license.
So, even how he even set up the question would be like something to squint your fucking eyes at if you're Whitney Webb, because I think she knows better than that, right? She already said it. She already said, no, you could see this bad thing from either side of the political aisle. This somehow still an existent notion of the left. The left is battling the right is battling the left. Like there's an actual battle going on. And it's like, hey, how come these end results all seem to flow right towards what you guys seem to want in the first place? Like every time almost. Like freaky. But when you see someone set up a question where he's like, how come the left? And then you know he's going to say something negative that they're doing. Something negative that the left is doing. Anyways, there you go. Gay marriage.
Business of the government. You know, that was a progressive idea to have a marriage license from the government.
There can be uncorrupt people. You can be incorruptible. Yeah, sure. Hi, nice to meet you, Ed. It is corrupt to put one's family before knowledge. That's not what I define as corruption. But then their intention, this or that, I would put corrupt in the camp of where you have a set of principles and you're knowingly going against them. Because like your intention, you have these principles and you're intending to break these moral codes that are based somewhere in your psyche. Yes, I would call that corruption 101. Then you have this idea of apathy where you don't care, right? That's a different story. And there, I can see why, you could probably see why, and I guess if you want me to explain, how apathy can go bad for as far as humans interacting and behaving around each other, where apathy could go. But, all right, here we go.
But we fought this, and I remember saying to my daughter, who was in college at the time, she said, "Dad, it's about love." And I said, "I don't think it is. I think it's about control." And this
cell phone is a chip in your brain?
If we play it out, you can't stop polygamy. You can't change one factor without changing other factors. And everyone said these things were crazy. We are now transitioning.
That doesn't really make a difference in regards to the argument I just made.
Because there's no gender identity anymore. We are sexualizing our youngest kids.
I gotta stop you there, Glenn, because that has been happening. And in fact, it's going to happen regardless of making every man and woman like in every movie, just put white sheets over them. You don't even see who they are, what they look like. There's voices behind a white fucking towel talking to each other. It's still gonna be there because some kids can be like, "Man, towels are kind of hot." It's like I don't know. It's like that's just people, their existence. You can't really stop things like that. I don't think you could. It'd be terrible if you even tried to. But to say look, they're putting gay things everywhere. What does that mean? As opposed to all the straight things that have been out there. There's all this trans stuff as opposed to non-trans stuff. This is where I get lost in people trying to argue this shit about artwork. And I'm like, have you watched movies beyond the last 5 years or something? Holy shit. It really is some of the dumbest argument. Pretty dumb. Considering if you just look back at this was in existence for 100 fucking years. This has been in existence for 5 years. And you're saying this thing is the dominating force. It's kind of weird. I've gone over on my Discord where they literally there were quote unquote right wing fucking organizations and people all the way up to the fucking White House as far as putting stamps of approval what can and cannot be seen by not just kids but adults in movies. Probably make a guess of what was allowed and what wasn't. In the last 5 years when it's just allowed, even forced even, now it's like people losing their fucking minds. Kind of nuts. They watch Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't even have to go that far, right? It could just be something as, Back to the Future, right? It's the guys fighting over the popular hot girl, right? It's that's supposed to be able to be played for kids and stuff, right? I'm sure Glenn would approve it, but what if it's two guys fighting over the popular guy? all of a sudden it's the gay agenda trying to brainwash us into blah 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 blah. It's like you're gonna end up eliminating all types of romantic or sexual interactions of characters and fake people in a movie in a fake world. You're gonna end up eliminating all of it, where it's just people behind sheets talking to each other. And someone's gonna be like, "Oh fuck, I saw a shadow." It's gonna appear on Pornhub and shit. Oh, I saw Lindsay Lohan's shadow right there. Someone uploaded the fucking Pornhub. Like, what up, Grey Walker? Addy, I pinned the Discord. Hopefully it's not one of those things that run out. Westbrook got traded to Indiana. Oh shit. For who? For Turner? And Buddy Hield? Grew up watching Straits and movies. Oh, half gay. These people were like, sorry guys, gay people or people who wanted to be trans or whatever the fuck, or actual trans people who actually got surgeries and all that shit. They were in existence before this. They were probably in plentiful amount, like were in existence before any of the fucking movies and shit. It's just they're probably worried about it, whatever, going to jail or being absolutely ostracized by everyone around them. Like that's a real thing. I know it's like become a cliche now, like with like a movie where, you know, the girl comes out as gay and she has to, fuck, I have to tell my parents. Oh, no. Or I can't tell my parents and I gotta live a secret life and shit. It's become a bit of a cliche, but that's a real thing. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure. Oz, what's up, Oz? The medium is definitely the massage. What? I like massage. Scuff, what's up? Batman died? How dare you? Batman lives forever. Women can't be gay, just bi-curious. Whatever. Right, I'm supporting the woke agenda here. I've been sent back. I tried my best and then I left for a while. And the gods of YouTube have sent me back to help further the woke agenda. That's like some shit you'll hear with someone who doesn't have an argument. Like, yeah, it's just a woke agenda. They can't actually back their claims up. It's alright. Like, I usually, if I'm arguing with someone about this stuff, I'll be like, sorry, I've seen too many movies, man. Sorry. Not looking for, like, I never look for anything gay or straight or anything. I just watch, oh, curious what this movie is like, or like, if I could rate it or judge it. Like, is this a good movie? Is it a bad movie? Like, I like the idea of writing and characters and shit like that. But I didn't care about if they were gay, straight, superheroes, peasants, slaves, whatever. There was no restrictions for me in regards to watching a movie. So now all that shit has come full circle to where now these things are being cried about in film. I'm like, when the fuck do you start watching these things, bro? Oh, my kids. Influence my kids. To do what? To kiss the hot cheerleader? Or to kiss the hot jock? Like, which one? Sorry, there's no way around it. You can't argue around that point. All right, here we go.
One factor without changing other factors. And everyone said these things were crazy.
Inner drugs, bitch.
We are now.
Oh, yeah.
Transitioning
James told me about that. The voice of
because
Batman
there's no
past
gender identity
sucks.
anymore. We are sexualizing our youngest kids. Where is that coming from?
I don't get what that means. Like, all right. The most I've heard from an argument is them going into schools or books and talking about, I guess, gay sexual education or something like that. It's like, and it's like taught to like kids who aren't even sexually active yet and shit like that. Like, yeah, like see that's kind of weird, and it's definitely forced, right? It's definitely politically forced to get these things into schools and shit like that. And it's like depends on how you look, like where they're coming from, their intention behind it, right? Because there could be people who are like, no, I was gay, but no one else, like I couldn't say that to anyone, so I just pretend I was this. And I didn't have a sex ed class, so I ended up making mistakes later on, or whatever. Not that it, for me, I didn't learn any shit from fucking sex ed school. Most I learned about like some. I remember this crazy shit in school. It was like a educational video made for like school shootings and shit. And this kid with like 90s style jeans on and shit, where he had pulled like 20 fucking guns out of his fucking. But he's like, hold on, bro. He's like lifting them out of his sleeve and shit. He's like fucking. He had like a fucking shotty like running down his leg. He's like, he's like, pulls out a samurai sword and shit. Like, god dang, bro. And he's just a t-shirt and jeans. How many fucking weapons did you have on? He had like the cop ankle fucking gun. It was hilarious, bro. Have I played the Arkham video games? I played, fuck, I don't know the name of it. It was on PS4. No. Yeah, it was on PS4. Whatever the Batman game was on that shit. Played. There's probably like multiple, I just don't know. But it was like an open world, but there was no car in it. I think that's a distinction. There's like a newer game where there's like a car or something. Where I couldn't drive a car in that one. It was just straight up flying around from rooftop to rooftop, beating up random criminals. Yeah, something like that. All right. Here we go. Let's hear Whitney's response to this.
Anymore. We are sexualizing our youngest kids. Where is that coming from? It's such a force.
If your ultimate goal
The gay
is
agenda.
total control, you need to have a population that has no national identity, that has no identity, period. That identity can be fluxed and can be moved whenever convenient for the people on top. If people
Okay. I'd say that for individual, well, like an individual, like they have a certain set of principles that they've actually worked on that are now set in stone for them, right? Like actually worked on, not just daddy told me this, so I do this. Actually, like twice born principles and codes and shit like that. It's like, yeah, make them to where you're immovable on them, or immovable to bullshit, right? If you're like, I don't kill, someone's like, puts a gun to your head, like, yeah, you're gonna kill this guy right now, or you're dead. That bird's like, nah, I don't move on the. Sorry, that's not gonna move me. Okay, yeah. There's like no one can fucking move. So no big bad government can come into your house or your life and say, do this or this will happen to you. Like that won't work on that guy or gal. But I think the quote unquote collective version of that would just be a gang of individuals that are like that, as opposed to we as a group do this. Probably led to the problems we see anyways. Be honest. Seems like it. That's like maybe she hasn't thought about it that deeply.
is total control, you need to have a population that has no national identity, that has no identity, period. That identity can be fluxed and can be moved whenever convenient for the people on top. If people have
Wait, is she saying the gay agenda is like a test for that? Like, we get them to start questioning their sexuality, we'll have them.
an identity that has no identity period, that identity can be fluxed and can be moved whenever convenient for the people on top. If people have an identity and know who they are and know where they stand, they're a lot harder to control. And I think if you make all of that fluid at every level, it's a lot easier to exert your will over them because, you know, they don't have their feet firmly on the ground, right?
No, I get where she's going. It's just where'd the liking of dicks or vaginas or both come in at? Like, I don't. Is she saying that the gay agenda will move will be the Trojan horse to infiltrate people's minds and fuck their lives up, take their shit? That was I don't know, interesting answer to that. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I think my answer would have been a lot better. Like, well, you could have some people here who've been, like, you know, shit on for like hundreds, thousands, whoever knows, of years, like shit on forever, that may have existed amongst us. Like, just because, you know, there's no news headline about it. I'm sure during biblical times there's fucking gay, lesbian guys who want to be girls, girls who want to be guys, whatever. I'm sure all that existed. So, you know, when all of a sudden they get a chance to maybe break through to the mainstream and become like socially acceptable, I can see why some people do that. I can also see why people would take advantage of that, right? Just like any other social movement of like some dude trying to become a dictator because like, oh, there's cops killing black guys, so now you need to make me a leader. Like, pay me, make me the leader, and follow me. Guess what? There's going to be gay people that do that. There's going to be lesbian people that do that. There's going to be trans people that do that. There's straight people that do that. On and so forth. Nerds, hot nerds, like Whitney Webb. Her nerddom is just, right? The hair, the glasses, the voice, just nerded out. Super hot. If that got me in trouble, it'd be hilarious. Hello, Dubster. So how is Whitney Webb right or wrong? Did that answer the Glenn Beck's question? Did it really? So the gay agenda is here to infiltrate society and what? Now, if she said, like, oh, no, it's a big distraction. Like, yeah, there's gay people, yeah, there's straight people, whatever. It's a big distraction from, look what these guys are actually doing over here behind closed doors. I didn't get that answer, right? I just got, yeah, it's like a Trojan horse to start manipulating people with it. Like, sure, but that's everything. You're kind of alienating people who aren't like that, right? But whatever. Like, not every gay person is Bryan Singer, bro. There's some like weird creep shit. Anyways.
I've thought of this several times during this podcast.
Dubster, I've dunked on you so many times that
interview
I have calluses on my hands.
Well, thank you.
From the rev and shit.
I mean, I
pause.
I hope people listen and open their mind enough to go.
Okay. Doing the concerned, you're saying something, you said something, mind. Like she could have wrecked your fucking mind. If I understand correctly what she's capable of. Allie, what's up? Yeah, no, he's like in trance. He's like, I've never, and I mean never, spoken to such a being of light. God, it's so fluorescent. Shield my eyes. He's absolutely stargazed. Well, probably pretending to be. Honest, bro. Come on. As the camera's on, you gotta do shit. But yeah, fucking Glenn fucking Beck. And there's the other stuff in this interview that I just thought that portion was interesting because I'm like, is there anything where it's like you can come off as disagreeing with Glenn Beck, blatantly disagreeing with him? I don't think there's one thing that like every answer seemed kind of catered. Keep his hand in his palm like this, stargazing and nice and comfy. No one gets hurt. You'll walk away with some more subs, Whitney. With a bigger audience. It's like, what was your fucking point here in the first place? Like, what's the point of being here? Holy shit. Alright, guys, make me a celebrity so I just get away with shit. No one will care what I'll do. Just do stupid, random shit, horrible things. No one will give a fuck. I'll just get a pass. But maybe I wreck myself by saying, like, we shouldn't do that all, like, my entire time on YouTube. That's all I've been saying. Like, you probably shouldn't do shit like that. Like, sorry, everyone's on the table. Don't team play. Blah, 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 blah. Like, imagine if I just turned around and was like, you know what? I think everyone should vote for me for president. Start running and shit. I'm starting a political party, and you should vote for me. I'm going to be the head of it. And, choice, whatever wars, whatever, fucking join me, vote for me, and donate when you do it. Make sure you donate many times as you can. Holy fuck! Imagine getting away with shit like that. What's happened? It's kind of like the Hinkle guy thing, where there's like a protection, like he's just being protected by so many fucking people, and then he reaches a spot where even the people that were protecting him can't say anything to the guy. Now you're just sorry, bye bye. Next time you see him, it's gonna be his face on a fucking tour bus or some shit on his way to like his campaign bus. It's like, oh fuck, maybe I should have questioned him that one day. Fuck, that probably would have been a good idea. So yeah, after re-listening to that, that's probably the most interesting part of the interview to me. Yeah, that they're reluctant to say, or seemingly reluctant to say Israel or about Israeli politics and their ties to Jeffrey Epstein. I mean, come on, bro. And Ghislaine Maxwell and Robert Maxwell and shit, not bring up the heavy involved nature of Israel because you're talking to Glenn Beck is worthy questioning. Sorry, Combo Couch. That's worthy of fucking questions. Like, don't want those questions asked? Get the fuck out of the business, bro. It's not a business, but you know what I mean. Get the fuck out and do something else, bro. Sportscasting. That's the way to go. Do sportscasting instead. Worried about fucking people questioning things. If it's stupid shit where it's like, why is Whitney's hair like that, huh? Then it's like, I get fucking saying, dude, go away. I don't want to hear you. You're just like hating for some reason. You're a hater or whatever. But if it's someone like, yo, how come Whitney didn't bring this up? That's a worthy fucking question. It'll always be a worthy question. At the end of fucking time, if you want to do this thing we call righteousness, especially if you want to collectivize it, you want to collectivize the righteousness, knowing that you have people watching you that are listening to you, and they might follow what you say, even if you may like, hey, all my followers, they're critical thinkers, they think for themselves. Guess what? There's still going to be people that might just follow you no matter what. Sorry, but it is what it is, right? Shit like that happens. So you got to keep that in mind, so you can't just be like, yeah, you know what? Write those guys off. They're haters, man. Haters. Like, someone's listening to you when you say that, right? Just saying. All right, let's keep it in mind. Flying monkeys. All right, this was Jesse tagged me on this before I saw it yesterday or today, whatever. I have it now. I'm a Ukrainian toady. Frick you. Go Ukraine. Imagine cheering for armies like at sports teams and shit. And Vladimir Putin comes up the court. Wow, he dribbles left. Oh, what a move! And here comes Zelensky. He's ready to fire back. He's unconscious. What a shot! Oh my God! Now what's the guy? What's it like? Mike Green on ESPN, like bang! Fucking bombs dropping. Bang! Dude, that should be kicked off of YouTube. Oh, that's hilarious. and Putin from Moscow. Bang! What a shot! Can't cheer for armies like they're sports teams, bro. Just can't do it. All right. Honestly, I don't. Jesse quoted some things there. Oh, okay. It was the Ben Shapiro comparison that he's like that this guy Destiny is like the Ben Shapiro of the left or something. The guy who hates the self-loathing YouTuber Destiny. Like, I like have resting bitch face, right? I'm just like, I look like a mean, angry guy. I'm just not, no facial expression. Usually when I'm talking, I'm smiling and shit, but Destiny, this is him in the fucking morning. He's like visibly slumped shoulder. He's visibly sad and shit. Looks in the mirror. He's like, fuck you. Him and Sam T are just like, just hate themselves, bro. Oh shit, that's fucking funny. It's Mike Green, right? Bang! Like, holy shit, bro. Calm down. Destiny's my people, really? Like, Dubster seems to be more excited about YouTube than I am. Oh my god. He like walks in capping and like to jump. Like insta cap. Alright, let's play this. Once again, I think it's me in regards of the Ben Shapiro being, or Destiny being the Ben Shapiro of the left. Press motherfucker. Alright, here we go.
There are many reasons I wanted to talk to Steven. First, I just talked to Ben Shapiro, and many people have told me that Steven is the Ben Shapiro of the left in terms of political perspective and exceptional debate skills.
Like, if I take Ben and I take Destiny and I give you a stupid topic, they will flourish, bro. They will flourish against, well, they won't flourish. They need other dumb people arguing with them. By dumb, I don't mean like they can't fucking spell words or they don't have 18,000 degrees at whatever college. Of course they can have that. I mean, like, maybe what I would call like real intelligence. The ability, like, as far as your own sense of what betterment is, being able to follow that train of thought, to follow through with it, stay on that path towards whatever you think is a better outcome for whatever cause you're looking at. I think these guys do more of a, okay, don't get embarrassed and try to win. Like, first thing, just don't get embarrassed. Next thing is, okay, try to win the discussion or the argument. And the viewers, no one walks away with like, fuck, I feel like I learned something that I can, like, oh, fuck, if there's an argument about war, I don't feel like when I walk away from their discussion that, like, did we argue about ending wars? How do we do that? Why is war bad, and why would we fight against it, and the ways to do so and whatnot? I don't feel like these guys have discussions and arguments like that, bro. And once again, it has to be dumbed down topics. So even if you bring up the idea of war, it's going to be some sort of mainstream, that sense of war. But other foreign policy topics will be left out, even though they're definitely within the context of the discussion. But they won't be brought up, right? It'll just end up being a verbal circle jerk back and forth of nothingness. So to say you're the Ben Shapiro of debating on the left or whatever, it's like, that is not a compliment to me, man. That dude is not a good debater, bro. He's not good. Unless he's debating college kids that are talking about shallow topics. Did we have blue hair or not? Ben Shapiro debates. Check out the thread I steered you to. Talking about Grey Walker. Samuel L. Jackson, that Saw movie. You talking about Willis? Who wrote that? Who wrote that into a movie? All right, here we go.
Second reason is he's skillful and
Back up.
is the Ben Shapiro of the left in terms of political perspective and exceptional debate skills. Second reason is
This is why it's not intelligent. What are you debating for? What is the point of the debate? Is it to win? Or is it, I think my idea is correct, as in like, not just correct, but morally correct. This is why I stand behind this idea. Because the whole point of this argument is to maybe convince you or people listening or whatever, so that we move towards the better. What is more, even if you mean well and I mean well, okay, my idea is more, what's the word? Efficient. It's more efficient. It will get better results if you go my direction. But we both mean well, but we're trying to better the world. We're both doing that. Just mine is more efficient. But these guys pretend they're fucking wrestlers and they're debating like wrestlers and shit like that. No one walks away like, fuck, I learned how to, fuck, this is the way to go as far as making the world a better place. It's like, no, it's not about that. It's just about, I don't know, blue dresses or not, blue hair kids. Antifa righteous or not righteous? I even the fight, like, yeah, I'm kind of wrecked. Yeah. I don't, I feel like I walk away like with my pockets end up empty. Like I invested this and got Zippo back. My time in, no real knowledge or information back. The circle jerk discussion. Boring. I think ultimately useless. Here we go.
he skillfully defends some nuanced, non-standard views. At the same time, being pro-establishment, pro-institutions, and pro-Biden, while also being pro-capitalism and pro-free speech. Institution, non-standard views. At the same time, being pro-establishment, pro-institutions, and pro-Biden.
Now, that's laughable enough. Like, you look into politics enough, you know why that's like, oh, you're those things? It's like, are you actually trying to help anyone? That would make it laughable there, but I don't. Here's the thing that would make I think the argument have some substance to it is that you say like, oh, you are those things. Okay. How will those things make the world a better place? And if he starts going back to, well, look at the other team, which is what I think Destiny has to do, where he has to call it like, oh, the other team's worse. And if you show him like, no, they're both contributing in this way, just, under different labels. Does he have anywhere to go? Probably not, right? But no one argues with Destiny like that, right? Because Destiny will go and argue Tim Pool or Ben Shapiro or someone like that, to where it's like no, they're just going to say, like, no, my side's better. And Destiny just gets to say, no, my side's better. Let me show you how my side's better. There's none of the quote-unquote nuance that this guy's saying is actually present in these discussions. They pretend to be, because they use different words, or like they look into the statistics of how many kids actually do have blue hair. Meanwhile, it's like, hey man, there's a war outside. Yeah, but the blue hair kids, here's their like what is it? Blue per centimeter of hair strand. Like they're like zooming into details of that and calling it nuance. Like I think this guy would call it nuance. Look at the statistics of how many kids have blue hair. Actually, let's really think about this, huh? Meanwhile, it's like you walk away, it's like, yeah. The fans will be absolutely giddy as fuck. Oh fuck, Ben won. No, Destiny won. Yo, Ben won. Destiny won. That's all you're getting from them. But someone like me walks away like, I didn't learn anything other than you two are assholes and stupid. You're dumb and you're assholes. That's all I got, like, walking away from this thing. So when, like, a Ryan Dawson debates Destiny and he brings up all this information and the context around it and all that shit, and he's not yelling or screaming at him, he's just fucking, oh, you're wrong because of this. Oh, so would it be inefficient to vote for Hillary Clinton? Just like it would be inefficient to vote for Trump, which I don't think Dawson actually argued for. I think he argued against Hillary rather than for Trump, I think was his idea. But we found out he was wrong about that, right? It's a bad idea. Either way, yeah, he basically showed him like how this person like is inefficient. Like there is no way you could say you believe this and then still support her. But you know, Destiny picked a team and he has to stay with it, or picked a career, has to stay. Hold true to that. It never brought it up again. Actually, he did bring it up once. But he was like making excuses for why he got basically murdered on camera. Here we go.
Reason is he skillfully defends some nuanced, non-standard views.
This guy's literally
At
said
the same time,
10 words
being
about Destiny. I have to keep pausing it
pro-establishment,
every 5
pro-institutions,
seconds.
pro-Biden, while also being pro-capitalism and pro-free speech. Third
What does
reason
that mean?
is he has been there at the beginning and throughout the meteoric rise of the video game live streaming community. In some mainstream circles, this community is not taken seriously, perhaps because of its demographic distribution skewing young, or perhaps because of the sometimes harsh style of communication. But I think this community should be taken seriously and shown respect. Millions of young minds tune in to live streams like Destiny's to question and to try to understand what is going on with the world.
Sorry, Lex, you're lying to us. Fucking lying to us. Stop it. Now, there's probably a small amount of people there looking to like who is this guy? Let me check him out. But if you've been there for long enough, you're probably just a fanboy, bro. Or you're into the blood sport of things and all that shit. I don't think there's much, like, I don't see anything where like, fuck, my life changed. My life's been changing. Because of the words of Destiny. It's like, I don't think so, bro. That's hard for me to buy, man. He just made it some like magical thing that Destiny does. Like, I don't know about that.
Style of communication. But I think this community should be taken seriously and shown respect. Millions of young minds tune in to live streams like Destiny's to question and to try to understand what is going on with the world, often exploring challenging, even controversial ideas. The language is sometimes harsher and the humor is sometimes meaner than I would prefer. But I, Grandpa Lex, put on my rain boots and went into
Pussy
the beautiful,
Destiny? You
chaotic
think his
muck
insults are
of
good?
online discourse and have so far
Sorry, P-word
survived to
Destiny.
tell the tale with a smile and even more love in my heart than before. On top of all this, we were lucky to have Melina Goranson, a popular streamer and world traveler,
What's up, JC Cat?
join us at the end of the conversation. You can check out her channel on
Are you JC's cat?
Melina,
JC
and you
Cat.
can check out Steven's channel on youtube.com/Destiny. This is the Lex Friedman podcast. To support it, please check out our sponsors in the description. And now, dear friends, here's Destiny.
I don't know if you watched me watching your Yay interview.
Yeah, thank you so much for.
I'm so curious, when you're navigating a conversation like that, how intentional is the thought process between like building rapport and pushing and giving a little and letting like
Zero.
What's your strategy for conversation?
building rapport and pushing and giving a little and letting like is it-
Zero intention. I was watching, and thank you so much. It was very kind for you to review that conversation. It meant a lot that you were complimenting parts on the technical aspects of the conversation, but no, zero. And I'm actually deliberately trying to avoid, I think you've called it debate brain, which is just another flavor of thinking about like the meta conversation, trying to optimize how should this conversation go. Because I feel like the more you do that, the better you get at that, the less human connection you have. Like the less genuinely you're actually sitting there in the moment and listening to the person, you're more like calculating what's the right thing to say versus like feeling what is that person feeling right now? What are they thinking? That's what I'm trying to do, is like putting myself in their mind and thinking, what does the world look like to them? What does the world feel like to them? And so from that, I truly try to listen. Now, I'm also learning, especially because Rogan and others have been giving me shit for not pushing back. It's good sometimes to
Rogan has Rogan gave someone shit about not pushing back. That's wreckage on its own, bro. That's wrecking me right there. What about you guys? Yeah, I'm kind of. Yeah, I think. As far as fame goes, but he's just another. Let's be real, bro. Fucking jester. Bosh, like a clown dude. That's. It is what it is. It's sad, but it is what it is. Let's be real. About entertainment for like the thing that Lex said. Like, people are here for really learn things about the world. Entertainment, bro. Let's be real, bro. Destiny, Bosch, Tim Pool, all these channels, their chats resemble a gamer, like a video game stream. Look at the video game stream chat, then put it next to one of these guys' chats. It's either 50 people saying, "Hey, over here, please read my message, please." Fuck, I gotta give money to do it. All right, and then all they can put in their messages: "I love you so much. You're the best. Just wanted to give you this." Except for that one time. That one time that guy donated to Tim Pool and left like a part 1 and part 2 shit, like all these like in-depth questions about foreign policy that Tim couldn't fucking answer. It's like, get on, bro. You pay that cash. Drop that bread. Hello, John Kemper. Josh, what's up? Hunter. Fuckers are late. Oh, Glenn Beck brought up what's going on with the left and they're overly sexualizing our kids. Some shit like that. Bro, you were late to the party, bro. Late to the party. To imply it's on one side or another when, well, like let's say like here's what I expect. Either they like legislatively wax these things out of entertainment, like absolutely scrub them out of entertainment like they used to do, like whatever it's called. Was it the FCC or some shit? Like just wax it out of existence, or they put counter shit where it's like it'll turn back into like the '90s movie where it's like the Arnold Schwarzenegger and the girl with the big tits. Oh, like Arnold must save big tit girl because he's Arnold. It's like some shit like that. Like that'll be their counter. So we just get dumb movies in either direction. Which the Arnold guys would lose artistically. The other side would lose entertainment wise. Once again, if anyone's a new mod, don't forget to may not ban or time anyone out. The only reason you have modship is for the sake of saying what you feel like and putting YouTube links. Ooh. Yeah.
Or time anyone out. The only reason you have modship is
Let me guess, Matt Hunter. Do I need to guess? Female Uber driver viciously attacked in Las Vegas. Okay. Maybe if you make it to it. All right.
From a place of care for the other human being to say stop. What did you just say? I don't think that's represents who you are and what you really mean. Or maybe if it does at that time represents who they are, I could see a better
I for sure have the
a better
weirdest
world if they grow into a different
viewers
direction
in
and try to
YouTube
point that
history.
direction out
That's
to
why we're
them.
winning.
There's a really complicated dance
Secretly
between
winning.
letting somebody share their full story versus letting somebody like essentially, I guess, like proselytize your audience. And it's like, okay, hold on, let's take a minute here. But yeah, I used to be 4 or 5 years ago. It was attack, 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 whatever you said. And now I'm leaning way more towards the like, okay, well, tell me how you feel about everything, and then we'll go from there. So a lot of people like my new approach. Some older fans will watch and they're like, why are you letting this guy just ramble on? You know, he said like 5 or 6 wrong things and you're only going to call him out on 2 of them. And it's like, it's just different styles of conversation. But yeah,
Do you do a lot of research beforehand too?
depending on the conversation, yeah. So if we're going to talk like vaccines and stuff, yeah, that's a ton of reading and stuff that I never thought I'd know going into it. If it's a more personal, like political philosophy conversation, there's not as much you can prepare for. Just it truly depends on the conversation.
How much are you actually listening to the other person?
I'm always listening. I think you have to listen because as soon as you stop listening, the quality of everything falls apart. The connection disappears. The quality of the conversation disappears. But my natural
You linked it. I didn't
inclination is to
see it.
just be
Ghost.
way more
Or
aggressive
Grey Walker.
than normal. So I have to constantly remind myself.
You
I
link
guess
it
we call
again?
it a meta conversation. But I'm like, okay,
Toxic
he's probably saying
masculine.
this because of that, or we'll let him go.
Are you talking about
here,
from
and I'll
last
stop
stream or are you
later.
talking today?
But,
If you did
yeah,
today, I
'cause
did
my,
not see it.
my preferred style of conversation is like, I'm going to talk.
You guys
and the
link
second I say
something?
you disagree
If you guys link something, try to tag me. But don't miss it. You know me, I can't pay attention.
with, then let's iron it out, right? I think in like syllogisms, like, okay, here's premise A, good, okay, premise B, okay.
Don't want to
And then
see your
conclusion. And
queen.
then as long as we're both deductively sound, we're not crazy, no psychosis, then we're gonna agree on everything. Whereas other people like to, most people think in stories, like narratives, like there's a whole like narrative, and the individual facts don't matter as much because they'll pick and choose what they want, and it's really hard because everybody thinks narrative, so I have to function in that world. But it's frustrating for me sometimes.
Well, I've seen you've had a lot of excellent debates. One of them I just recently last night watched is on systemic racism, and it's the first time I've seen you completely lose your shit.
Oh shoot, who was that against?
I'm not sure exactly, but you were just very frustrated. Sorry, not
You
lose
wanna
your
make a
shit, but
difference
you
in
were
your life?
frustrated constantly because of the thing. Let's lay out 1, 2, 3.
Spartan
And
challenge.
every time you try to lay it out, it would falter. I think it had to do with sort of, can you use data to make an argument, or do you need to use a study that does an interpretation of that data? And then there's like this tension between, I think this is a behavioral economist that you were talking to. And the point is, you do this kind of nice layout that the whole point of behavioral economics, it says there's more to it than just the data. You have to give it context and like do
Brain
the
loop.
rich, rigorous interpretation in the context of the full human story. And then there was like a dance back and forth. Sometimes you use data, sometimes not, and you were getting really frustrated
Yeah.
and shutting down. And so that felt like a failure mode. I've seen Sam Harris have similar sticking points. Like if we can't agree on the terminology, we can't go on. To me, I feel like I'm sort of the Wittgenstein perspective is like, I think
Wittgenstein?
if you get stuck on any one thing, you're just not going to make progress. You have to, part of the conversation has to be about doing a good dance together
Mhm.
versus being dogmatically stuck on the path to truth.
I think the true challenge is identifying
What?
A good dance together
Mhm.
versus being dogmatically stuck on the path to truth.
I think the
That is the most beautiful way to say I suck at interview. Like, wait a minute. I think direct words is how you arrive at truths. Holy fuck. I don't know what robot taught this robot that. Jesus fucking Christ. That's just making fun of him. Like, I don't think he thinks like a robot or thinks robotically. I think he has some. I think he's hopefully like a well-meaning guy. Whatever. But yeah, like the dance is the pursuit of truth, bro. Right? It's the white swan approach of information and the black swan approach of like intuitive senses and abstraction. Right? If I'm trying to explain to you how happy I am, which is the truth, then it's like, oh, I gotta use some sort of metaphor. Like, you ever had that feeling when you're like, like a little kid at the candy store? Right? Those are direct and that can be direct and dogmatic towards the truth. If someone says, well, did you hear about blah, 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 blah? And you're like, I don't know. You're still in the truth part. Meanwhile, it's kind of abstract because it's an unknown. So here's the here's the thing. I think the Lux guy is confusing here is like, do you think these guys are trying to arrive at a truth? Is that what you think Destiny does? Sorry, maybe I haven't watched him in a while. Maybe he changed. I don't know. But what I've seen from the guy is like, I don't see any attempt to approach for the truth. It seems like he's defending a team. He's a team and he's defending it, rather than like, is this the truth of the matter? Like, just like if I bring up the Ryan Dawson thing again, it's like, okay, when Dawson brings up this piece of information, it's like, and you don't know about it, you have to consider it and look at it in regards to the top. It was about like Syria or something like that. You have to consider this now a part of regards to the topic. Not just like, gotta be wrong or throw it away or dismiss it because you need your team, your team meaning your argument to win. Maybe he's like what he said earlier, where it's like, oh no, I don't do so much more barking now. Now I try to have a conversation with him. Like, are you still bullshitting in that too? Like, slowing it down doesn't mean you're getting a better conversation out of it. You can still just be bullshitting in slower time. Holy fuck. It's kind of like ridiculous. Like, who looks at Destiny as a truth teller? Like, no offense to you, Lex. Who looks at you as a fucking truth teller, bro? I don't get it. All right, here we go.
true challenge
I'm only gonna play so much of this. I'm already like
is identifying
tilted.
what of those sticking points are important versus what is not important. So like if I'm having an argument with somebody about like Jewish representation in media, it might be like a big conversation and they might say a couple things like, I think Jewish people, they tend to help their own or whatever. And it's like, okay. But like for the purpose of the conversation, we can keep moving. But if they casually drop like, yeah, and I think that's why the Holocaust numbers were blown up from like 100,000 to 6 million. And and it's like, okay, well, hold on, wait. If you think this, we have to stop here because this is going to be, it's not just a language game in this part. If you really believe this fact, then the whole rest of the conversation is going to be informed by that belief,
And it has to be something that doesn't bother you personally. You have to step outside your own ego. So Holocaust denial is somebody that would bother a lot of people.
Mhm.
And there's some things just observing you. I feel like when you get really good at conversation, you can become a stickler to, you might have your favorite terms that really bothers you if people don't agree on those terms.
Like begs the question. You mean raising the question? Yeah, I usually just want, if people say stuff, I just let it slide. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't, because if you fight, when you're having a conversation with somebody and you're talking to their audience at the same time, because that's really what's happening. You never want to come off as over combative or over aggressive because it puts people in like, there's like a trigger in your brain. And this is true of relationships, of friendships, of
Just talk to him.
of persuasive rhetoric or whatever, there's a trigger in the brain. And as soon as that defensive trigger gets like flipped on, everything is over. You've lost the ability to persuade because everything becomes a fight at that point. Yeah.
Well, I wanted to talk to you because I heard somewhere that you were referred to as the Ben Shapiro of the left. And since I'm talking with Ben as well, I wanted to sort of complete spiritually this platonic political philosophy puzzle in my head. You are a progressive, but a progressive with many non-standard progressive views. And you had a heck of a fascinating journey through all of that. And like I said, I think you argue.
What does any of that mean? What does any of that mean? Fuck, bro. I'm not trying to be combative. What the fuck does that mean?
With passion, sometimes with excessive amounts of passion, but
That's a
almost
really
My
polite way of
Brooklyn
saying it.
accent.
almost always with good
Grew up in
faith
Brooklyn.
and with rigor,
That's
with
that.
seriousness. I asked on your subreddit, which is an excellent subreddit. Shout out to the Destiny subreddit. So much, at least for that particular post. What I really loved is when I asked for questions for you, they were like, "Holy shit, there's adults in the room. Let's all behave."
Yeah.
Like nobody say incest. I was like, "What? What's going on here?" But actually, the questions that rose to the top were really good. So somebody said that Destiny was, speaking of your journey, was a conservative in his early teens. Then he became a libertarian. Then he became a left-wing social justice warrior. Then he flirted with socialism. And now he is a social democrat, liberal. I've also heard you refer to yourself as a far left person. So to the degree there's truth to that journey, can you take me through your evolution through the landscape of political ideologies that you went through?
So my dad comes from Kentucky, and my mom is a Cuban immigrant. Cubans are notorious for being very conservative in the United States for historical reasons and for other reasons.
Then you weren't those things, right? That's what I need to hear. Oh no, those weren't my things. I was just covering my ass because I don't want mom or dad yelling at me. That's it. Say I was never those things.
But my upbringing was a very Republican one. I grew up listening to Rush Limbaugh, Glenn Beck, Michael Savage, on the radio, Billy Cunningham. I think Sean Hannity a little bit later on. Like that was like my whole upbringing politically. I remember I'd written like articles for the school journal, like in favor of defending the war in Iraq and, you know, defending Bush from all the criticism, et cetera. So
That seemed like a thing that happens a lot with these guys, bro. All their origins hit the like jankier, like all their origins somehow go back to the same exact fucking spot. Jimmy Dore, I think, was like that. Very conservative house. Father was a cop. My brother was a cop. Grandfather was a cop. Surrounded by cops. It's like, what the fuck? And then no one questions when these guys go from this ideology to this ideology to this ideology, like without showing us, like, hey man, you put everything down. You said, you know what? Stopping here. Everything is in the fucking gutter. And then I will slowly piece through that gutter to find what things are worth keeping and what things are worth getting rid of. Rather than watching some asshole try to figure it out in real time, like guessing. And then we have to wait 5 years until Destiny realized, oh, fuck, maybe I was wrong about that war. Fuck. You know, I was really dumb about that, man. And then Lex gets to sit there and, yeah, huh. Interesting. Wow. I mean, it's a very spiritual journey that you went through to come to the realization that all those kids being bombed was a bad thing, you know? Well, thankfully you figured it out. Never questioned you on your way through. It's like, what is with these fucking people, bro? How come that? It's like, I don't know, man. Isn't there a point, like, me personally, never really into politics. Didn't care about it when I was younger. Voting, I didn't even vote. I registered to vote because the history teacher gave extra credit for doing so. That was my only reason. Didn't vote when I did register. People said, oh, Obama's going to change it. I'm like, probably not. Just kept it moving without knowing much about politics either. Just saying, like, probably not. Just kept it moving. But people who are into politics, any of you in the chat, are like, you don't have to respond, but just something to think about. Like, was there ever a point where it's like, okay, I'm done. Like, You get fooled once or twice or whatever. You get fooled. Where it's like, wait a minute. That's it for me. Like, I'm not doing anything until I know 100% sure that this is the way to go. This is either the political ideology I like or the thing to follow. Whatever. Like, right? Like, it's. I can't imagine going from that, all the way that thing to the absolute other thing without somewhere in the middle being like, maybe I suck at choice in regards to this political shit. Maybe I should stop for a while and try to figure things out, like really figure them out. Put everything in question and then try to, I don't know. What is this, manager? Torturing me with fucking. Oh. It's out of 100. World's going down. World is. Destiny identifies with all audiences by dabbling in every view of the world. If you did at some point, he is one of you. One of me, bro. Like I started, like I said, I didn't really come from a political background, but I honestly took everything. Once I started looking into politics, I was just very childlike. Oh, interesting, but I don't like. The whole point was to be correct. It doesn't seem like these guys are into that shit. In fact, most people, to be honest with you, most people don't seem to be into shit like that. They want to ride a wave for a while and then like, fuck, we gotta wait for you to realize you were fucking wrong the whole time. Okay, now you're better. Gotcha. They were, yeah. Oh, you're on to the next topic? Okay. Good, ride that wave for a fucking while and then back to us. It's, fuck, don't you want to try to be correct out the fucking gate? I mean, if your point is just like cultural exploration and political exploration, just like, oh yeah, like a bee going from one flower to the next. Oh, I have fun doing it. Like, okay, cool. But for people who are like, I want the world, like, there are these things in the world that I extremely dislike. I want those things to change. Like, I can, like, you're almost holding a gun to your own head. Like, I cannot fuck this up. So what's the right answer? And I'm not fucking moving until I figure out what I would call the right answer. Then I'll start talking to people about it. Said it as a joke. You can't possibly believe everything.
That was my upbringing.
I'm almost ready to turn
I
this
think
off.
once I hit high school, college, I had my edgy, like libertarian-esque high school phase of like reading Ayn Rand, of figuring out that like, oh my God, nothing in life matters except for class and money. That's actually the answer to everything. And I got to college. I became a Ron Paul fan, very big Ron Paul fan. And then
Holy fuck, he sounds like a cliche out of a bad movie. Bad political. Just fine. You couldn't get caught up in shit like that, but at some point you realize the extremes of things you were into. And maybe you start examining, like, how the fuck did I fall for the Iraq War? How did I fall for that thing? Fuck. How did that happen? At some point you got to question, like, your own thinking process. But you just say, no, my parents. No, my parents were this, and that's why. It's like, well, give yourself some credit.
from there, I kind of work, do life.
I mean,
life
please give
happens.
yourself some credit.
At the kind of the lowest point of my life in terms of where I'm working, financially, everything is like kind of in ruin in my life. There's just a whole bunch of dumb stuff that's happened. Probably my most conservative point. I don't know what it is about like being poor and thinking like you can work your way out of it, you can do whatever. It's just my upbringing is always just like if you're not having financial success, just work. And then I got into streaming, very, very lucky break. Everything just lined up at the right time. And then as I've progressed through streaming, I would say through the years, I've gradually fallen more and more to the left, especially once my kid turned 4, 5, 6 years old. And I started to see like how much different his life was just because of the financial opportunities that I was able to provide for him through no merit of his own.
Like, dude, like, hey, Destiny, where are you in this equation? These all seem to be like things happening to you that I haven't heard anything where it's like, or it's him. Like this one night, man, I was just sitting around, and saw a fucking butterfly, or I saw a moth, and it hit the moonlight a certain way, and fuck, I realized, shit, God is real. Maybe there's something better we could do. We can make the world better for God. Bullshitting, but like something existential. All I'm hearing is shit happening to Destiny, which is why he probably looks so depressed all the time. It's just shit happening to him. He's like, you know what? Yeah. I'm gonna lean to the left now. You know what? I think I'm gonna lean left now. Why? I have a kid. Okay. So you weren't looking into like other kids before, as far as like making the world better, or you're just probably an entertainer. What up, Edped? Or if his kids can. That must be weird. He's gonna have to tell his, like, another thing that he forgot. You have to tell his kids that him and his like, listen, me, I guess it's his girlfriend or something. They have like an open fucking. Listen, if that's his mom, if that's the kid's mom, that's fucking kind of fucked up and hilarious. Listen, sometimes mom's gonna be kissing with another person that's not me. Now, trust me. Might feel awkward, but don't be. Dad's okay with it. All right with it. God dang, bro. All right, here we go.
And that started to radically change how I viewed the world in a lot of ways.
So actually, let's like linger on that.
Yeah.
Low point. You worked at McDonald's. You worked at a casino. You did carpet cleaning. What was the lowest point?
Destiny's Child.
Definitely the carpet cleaning.
Really?
Absolutely.
Why was it the lowest point? That's when you were just.
I did not think of
starting,
that, bro. No,
streaming.
My whole life has been a series of lucky breaks, really, truly. I
more
grew up
shit
playing
happening
a
to
lot
you?
of video games, but back in my day, our day, you had to read. There was a lot of text on the screen.
Back in my day, we used to play.
They didn't all talk
Star-
to you. Yeah, because nowadays everything's voice acted, but back then you had to read a lot. I was a really good reader and a really good vocabulary.
Yeah, I've heard you actually say that. What games are we talking about? What do you mean there's reading? You're talking about like RPGs?
Yeah,
or what?
JRPG. So like Final Fantasy games, Fantasy Stars, like all of these, like any RPG that would have been on the SNES, Sega, PlayStation. These are the things
Let's
that I'm.
pause on that.
Okay.
I just talked to Todd Howard, who's of the Elder Scrolls fame and the Fallout fame and beyond.
Mhm.
What's your thoughts on Elder Scrolls? Why is Skyrim the greatest RPG of all time?
Man, I really don't
Is
like
it?
Skyrim or Fallout
You
or those
don't
types
love
of
it?
games.
Oh, really?
No, not at
Interesting.
all.
Why do you hate Skyrim?
Yeah, so
I
I
love
really
Skyrim.
like characters and like compelling stories and narratives around those characters, and I like to see them kind of like grow and change, kind of like a movie or a story. So in your like Final Fantasy games, you've got characters.
See, I'm the exact opposite because I want to be able to create myself. Maybe that's Destiny's Dilemma right there. That's his new movie, Destiny's Dilemma. That will be the new name for his epic. But it's interesting. Maybe philosophically, that's why I'm the way I am and he's the way he is. Like shit just happens to him, so he wants to. Yeah, when I play this game, I have no control, no choices, no nothing. I'm just this character. Walk around as this guy over and over again. When the game's over, I just replay it. I'm just this guy again. Me, I'm like, yeah, I want to create my guy. I want to create what he looks like. I want to create his decision making, like his choices and shit. I want to make the choices for him. All that shit. If I want to fucking kill the bad guy and end the game in the first 5 seconds, I can do that. I can run right up to the fucking boss and fuck his shit up and leave. All right, game over. I want to speedrun it, I can speedrun it. Yeah, Destiny likes to be locked in to a certain character. Boring. No creativity. And usually, let's be real, bad writing. Listen, video games are not they're not immune to the shit writing we get nowadays, bro. Not immune. Okay, Matt, like good chance like I might skip some of those videos, bro. They're like just not interested right now, honestly. It better be like actual shit to them. Otherwise, it's like, eh. Man, beating up what was a street fight. All right, yeah, like fuck 'em, bro. All right, give me something intellectual. Someone's making an argument about something. All right.
There are a lot of like classical tropes of like a character starts off kind of like edgy, angsty, all on their own. They develop relationships, friendships. They realize that the life is more about themselves, and they do that. And I like that growth. That's kind of what you see in all of those old role playing games. I didn't like the open world ones as much because your main character is just like a blank slate, never talks. It's for you to like project onto, but there's not the same like linear narrative of like growth for the
Oh,
character.
that's fascinating. There's an actual story.
There's no linear because you're deciding if it's linear or not. Stop it. Stop it, Destiny. You can shut up now.
Arc to the character.
Say,
that's
I
more
lack
crafted
creativity,
in a
and things
beautiful
just
way by
happen
the
to me.
Designers of the game, yeah.
I don't think one is better or worse. It's just, I tend towards like I want to hear a compelling story around like a set of characters that like grow and change as the game.
Oh,
goes
that's
on.
beautifully put. Then, yeah, I just really loved being able to leave the town. You go outside the town and you look outside its nature, and the world of possibilities is before you. You can do whatever the fuck you want.
Mhm.
I mean, that immensity of just being lost in the world was really immersive for me. But yeah, you're right. Whatever attracts you about a world. So you were just starting to play video games. You go out play video games. That's one of your lucky breaks.
There's just like a lot of random skills you pick up depending on the type of game you play. I played a lot of text-based games on the computer, so I was a very fast typer. I'm still a very fast typer. Read a lot, learned weird kind of math stuff for some of the calculations, some of the games. I think I'm pretty good at getting information, figuring stuff out, learning patterns, all of that. And then
Which is cool, but not the greatest tool if it's some sort of righteous venture, right? Not the greatest tool. Yeah, it's recognizing patterns and shit, but you have to be able to adapt to all of it instead of trying to constantly vacuum someone back into the patterns and shit. If that makes sense. I hope it does. And that seems to be the way he fucking rather it being like a part of his repertoire, something he can use, he seems to like pull it back into like I haven't read the statistics of how many people have the blue hair and the length in centimeters of blue hair per centimeter strand. like yeah, it's like detail orientation, pattern seeing. I get that, but and someone's gonna ask you. I hope. Well, I don't think the people he talks to or debates with are gonna ask him shit like this, but it'd be like, yeah, but why? Why? What's your point? What is your point here? Your point for being here? And like that's where the guys get fucking lost and they can't answer questions anymore. Seriously, people seriously get lost with questions like that. To survive, there's survival reasons. I have kids and I want the future to be better for them. Why? Well, sophist. They shimmy away and shit. Meanwhile, they're still thinking about it when they left. Joking. There we go. There's more.
that plus the reading and everything for the games meant that I don't want to say I excelled in school because my grades were pretty bad, but I was in like all honors, all AP classes or whatever.
I'll be back.
A lot of AP credit going into college, so I did pretty well in school, probably better than I should have. But it was because I had the game stuff that was like really powering a lot of my brain there while I was trying to sleep through class.
So you're able to soak in information, integrate it, quickly take notes.
Generally, I think I'm pretty good at that. Yeah.
What you do this a lot when you stream your typing stuff. Is there a system in that note taking? And what do you use for note taking? Does it matter?
I use a notepad.
Like notepad,
the original
notepad?
Yep, notepad.exe, not the ++, not.
Is there genius to the madness behind that, or you just don't give a shit?
No, I mean, like, it's going to depend on the style of conversation. If I'm with somebody that is very meticulously organized their thoughts and they're a, find a better word here for rambler, you can edit that in. Better word for rambler.
Yeah.
Somebody that talks a lot and a lot. I'll start like taking notes, bullet points, like this, because there's a style of conversation where I say 7 or 8 different things, and then when you go to respond to everything I said, I cut you off immediately and we argue that point.
Yeah.
But if somebody's going to do that, you're just like, hold on, you just said these 8 things. I'm going to respond to every single one. I've written them all down, and then you can go. If you want to go point by point, we can. But you just said all this, and I wrote it down, so we're going to go.
So what are you actually writing down? Like a couple of words per point they left?
Honestly, like there are very few unique conversations in politics. Like a lot of them are kind of retreading old ground. So if we're having a debate on abortion, somebody might say like, "Oh, well, I believe this thing about viability, and I believe this thing about when they're a fetus versus a human," and I'll just write down like those points so that when I go to respond, I kind of have like a note cards, like a guiding thing there to keep me centered on my response.
Political discourse is a kind of tree you're walking down. I got it, and you're like taking
mine
just to keep my
toward
focus.
Oh,
Guided,
fuck,
so
the
I'm
green
not
screen's
like
fucking
running off on a weird tangent or responding to something I didn't say or something. Yeah.
What about like
I'm
doing research?
Tostitos chips.
It's just, is there a system to your note taking? Because mentally, you seem to be one of the most organized people I've listened to. So, is it in your mind, or is there a system that's on paper?
A little of both. I feel like the human mind is a beautiful thing if you have interest in an area. So what I'll tell people is, let's say there's like a totally new topic that I'm researching. I don't know anything, and I'll do a couple of these on stream. I think they're boring, but people watch it.
Like Syria?
I might open a Wikipedia article and I'll read, and I hit something I don't know, and then I open the next Wikipedia article and I'll read and then I might have like 7 tabs open, and I'll read and I'll read and I'll read. And I'll read a ton of stuff, maybe for an hour, 2, 3, 4 hours of stuff. And then by the end, someone in chat will ask me like, do you even remember like this particular thing? And I'll say, not really. No, not too much. But what happens is as long as you've seen it once, what'll happen is like the next day, the day after, we'll read something else and we'll be like, oh, I remember that thing from this thing. I remember like vaguely that. And then if you see it like a third time, you're like, oh, this makes sense, because especially when it comes to, oh, here's like a little trick on stuff. If you're ever reading any news and there's a place that pops up, always look at it on a map, because so much of history is like on a map. It's so important to like know the geography. It makes things make so much more sense. But yeah, once I start to see stuff over and over again, just because I've like read it a few times, stuff will start to kind of connect in my mind, and I'm like, oh yeah, well, this makes sense. Of course, these people believe this. It's because of this, or of course, like this.
That doesn't explain it all. I don't know what to. Speaking of pattern recognition. Oh, people believe this because of this. Like, I'll skip psychology or philosophy and go right to the data sets. The Indians worship cows because a lot of cows around during whatever years. And a lot of people would be like, yeah, that makes sense. I'd be like, yeah, I get that too. But at the same time, it's like, well, the idea of belief, is there something, maybe there's something in the brain where it's like, I must believe in a God or a higher power or spirit thing. Or maybe it's something else. I don't know. Those get skipped over for the sake of Destiny's. Why he probably sucks at politics. Why he probably, well, let's be real, this dude probably packed it in. Like, he's making his money and he's gonna stick to this, and he knows, this is what my audience wants. I'm gonna stick to this. Like, I don't think he's like still in the search for truth of what politics is, what we should be leaning towards, and what is the political truth out there. I don't think he cares for that anymore, if he ever did, right? The way he told his story seemed like he did, but maybe not. I don't know. I don't know what to say, man. I just find this guy sucks. He's like, what are you looking for? Like Riddler clues in Wikipedia pages and shit, bro? Like, I don't get what he's. I don't get how you arrive at answers with strictly that. That would be avoiding the nuance or evading it. I mean, to me, but it's what. I'm out of here. Now it's time for MAGA communism. Can't wait for this. Millennial and name only. Hello. Are you new? Are you new? Oh. This should be interesting. I don't know if you guys have heard of this, but I thought as soon as I heard the words MAGA communist, I was like, oh, that's hilarious. So this is all I found, but if you guys know something better, please drop a link for it. All I did was type in the name. What first popped up was Sam Cedar, and someone else. Like that whole clique, Young Turks, Sam Cedar, like that whole little group. You know, when Sam Cedar claims that, like, no, it's like these guys are like a news channel where they have like a revolving stories like over and over and over. They're all covering the same thing. And it's like, isn't that you and like the Young Turks and like all these people do the same fucking thing? Anyways, but yeah, I looked for it. I found their videos and I didn't want to watch through their end because I don't know. I'd have to hear their voices and commentary. I don't feel like fucking hearing it. But then I just looked up. I guess he was on OAN, whatever. And I found this video. But here we go.
Jackson, it's great to have you on the program. Welcome to In
Audio's
Focus.
good.
I came across you most recently with the trending hashtag MAGA communism. Now, a lot of people are going to hear that hashtag MAGA communism and be a
That's his video he's playing music over?
People are going to hear trending hashtag MAGA communism. Now, a lot of people are going to hear that hashtag MAGA communism and be a little bit confused. So I'm going to let you explain what that means, because I don't think you're a communist, Jackson.
Well, I actually am a
Think you're a cunt? Oh, that was a whole intro. It's not your interview, it's you fucking... Skip to the interview part?
He was a very kind host, and this is what went down.
Joining me now to discuss this more, host of The Dive with
This is what I was trying to avoid, was this shit. I wonder if there's just him. I thought he would just post the interview. Apparently not, bro. Probably within their shit. Like it. Whatever.
Jackson, it's great to have you on the program. Welcome to In Focus. I came across you most recently with discuss this more host.
Done. We can do it, and that's what we're trying. Take a look at this. I didn't know what to expect when I went on. I've never talked to Addison before, but he was a very kind host, and this is what went down.
Joining me now to discuss this more, host of The Dive with Jackson Hinkle on YouTube.
He should either fire his editor or hire an editor. Whoever's editing the videos. Terrible. Get rid of the... Listen, you gotta do like Dr. Disrespect, bro. Get some synth wave in there. You don't need the, you know... Is this Jay Dilla? Is this Kanye West? Royalty-free Kanye West beat or some shit. Anyways, what am I talking about? It's not about your aesthetics or the music or anything like that. It's about the message. These guys have a message that's, you know, well thought out, important, world-changing, world-saving. Here we go.
YouTube, the man himself, Jackson Hinkle. Jackson, it's great to have you on the program. Welcome to In Focus. I came across you most recently with the trending hashtag MAGA communism. Now, a lot of people are going to hear
any
that
new
hashtag,
moderators,
MAGA
no
communism,
banning, no
and
timing
be
out
a
anyone.
little bit confused.
Or I'll take your mod stats away. The only purpose is for links and fucking putting a link down or saying what you feel like. All right, here we go. Unless I don't like it, then you're banned.
The trending hashtag MAGA communism. Now, a lot of people are going to hear that hashtag MAGA communism and be a little bit confused. So I'm going to let you explain what that means, because I don't think you're a communist, Jackson.
Well, I actually am a communist, but At the end of the day, communists have a lot of the same goals as working class Americans made up in the MAGA movement. We want more prosperity for average Americans. We want to end big tech. We want to end big agriculture, big pharma. We want to stop the monopolies and the subsidization of monopolies all across America. And we want to reinstill patriotic education in this country. We don't want open borders. We don't want, a green fascist push amongst our people. These aren't things that we support because we are average Americans as well. And the synthetic leftists today, the Democratic.
Does that just make you moderate? Whatever. Also, real quick, if you walk up to someone, if someone walks up to you and their first statement about who they are is, I'm a communist, or I'm a Republican, or some shit like that, walk away. That's the only advice I'll ever give you. Walk away. In fact, you might have to run away. Whatever. Get the fuck out of there. Seriously. Well, I'm a communist. Like, what? Anyone joining teams and proud, like running around with a fucking label like that, a little weird for me. It's not like a statement of who you are. It's like a political thing. But watch what happens when these guys start putting identities on top of it. Now it does become the same thing as someone saying, like, I'm whatever. I'm tall. Now all of a sudden, I'm communist is just as descriptive of who you are as a human being, where it's like, that's where you're running into problems. Or something like, I'm Republican. Same difference. Like, so that means you wear a suit and tie and you have your hair army crew style, whatever the fuck. You bomb Middle Eastern countries. You're Republican. I get it. It's who you are. That's political talk. That's like a politician talking right there, what I just fucking heard. But I told you guys no one listened. All right, here we go.
In big tech, we want to end big agriculture, big pharma. We want to stop the monopolies and the subsidization of monopolies all across America. And we want to reinstill patriotic education in this country. We don't want open borders. We don't want, a green fascist push amongst our people. These aren't things that we support because we are average Americans as well. And the synthetic leftists today, the Democratic Party and the so-called progressives, they're far close, though they might call themselves socialists, they're far closer aligned with, the quote-unquote national socialists in Nazi Germany than any sort of, socialism that we see unfolding of true industrialization in, say, China today or the Soviet Union. And though, average Americans can have many disputes and concerns over the Soviet Union or China today, we have to recognize that these are two countries that chose industrialization over the World Economic Forum path today that's pushing depopulation.
This is cringy, isn't it?
So we as communists want to unite with MAGA voters.
Imagine this guy. Imagine if you call yourself a communist. Now this guy's talking for you. You got played, bro. It's like, holy shit. You just got fucking played. There we go.
And finish the job of Donald Trump, which is, uprooting liberalism from America and getting the globalists out of the MAGA movement, because there's so many globalists that are trying to co-opt the MAGA movement and bring about neoconservatism in the MAGA movement. We need to do away with that. We need to do away with people like John Bolton and Mike Pompeo and make sure that this is truly a working class movement.
Now, Jackson, I'm going to push back just a little bit because you and I, it sounds like
and guys who hire them, right? You would think.
Agree on a whole slew of things. I despise big pharma. I despise big tech. I despise the deep state regime. But where's the differentiation here is, I would consider myself a conservative populist. And it sounds like, the views that you're espousing definitely fall on that line. So what makes you a communist specifically?
Well, first of all, communism and Marxism historically has always been conservative. It's a new era of communism.
It is, dude. Fucking, he hard rolled his fucking eyes, bro. Look at the host.
It's always been conservative. It's a new era of communism.
He hard rolled them eyes, bro. What are they trying to do, bro? Are they trying to like? This is the first time I've heard. Like, I've heard people talk about this topic, mega communism, and fucking mock it and shit. This is my first time like actually hearing content from and about it. Yeah. So I guess it was the strategy that I said, like, when I reacted to the infrared guy, I was like, oh, they're going to do this. They're going to take this message, this narrative, or they're going to look at socially, like, this would be a hilarious sketch. If they go just look up what's trending on fucking Twitter, and they just adopt the name in order to be like, just to gain followers to join their side without explaining what they actually believe in. That'd be fucking hilarious. Like if like Clorox bleach is trending #1 on Twitter, they're like, we're the Clorox bleach communists. Like they start changing their name based on what's trending. Because you need a material change. In order to get material change, you need people. You need actual people with actual votes and stuff like that. So you do anything. I mean anything. Get them to join your fucking team. Even if you lie to them and bullshit them, as long as you get that one vote or whatever the fuck, as long as we can get them to vote in a block, holy fuck. Like political rapist, bro. This fucking weirdo. Holy shit, how did people not see that shit from early on? I think within 24 hours, my first time seeing this kid, I'm like, something's fucking off here. Something's off, bro. And then I start getting proof that, like, oh, something is fucking off. And somehow, I mean, whatever. It's no big deal. Like, holy Christ. Here we go.
Specifically.
Well, first of all, communism and Marxism historically has always been conservative. It's a new era of communism in the West that claims to be adherent to these liberal leftist values. So this is not true Marxism. This is Marxism funded by George Soros, and they're trying to take away what Marxism actually means for the American people. Marxism does reflect, a populist worldview. It is communist.
See the cringiness of him using taglines and certain terms and out like this is the George Soros version. Like you guys are fucking weak, bro. Weak-minded, weak thinking, weak human beings. And they're probably like 5'3". Let's be honest here, bro. Let's be real. He's 5'3". Haas is like 5'4". Let's be real about this. So fuck ash, bro. Here we go.
Communism, it's common tradition. These are the things that we should be supporting. Viewing the world through the lens of dialectical materialism. And at the end of the day, it means securing.
Hey, Hinkle, what the fuck does that mean? What does that mean? It's like, holy shit, bro. This kid's borrowed, bro. What the fuck? Oh, man. Everything's borrowed, and I don't know who the fuck watches this guy. All right, I'm sure there's people who watch him. Who the fuck buys what he's, like, doing? How do you not see that in real time? I question your thinking abilities, bro. I have to. How do you not see that shit? Plain as day, borrowing terminologies and using them in a certain... like barely even using them in a certain way. It's just saying these key words to say, like, hey, love me. Like me over here. Please. Or like anyone with a thinking mind would be like, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? I don't even know if it makes sense. There we go.
The American people. Marxism does reflect, a populist worldview. It is communism. It's common tradition. These are the things that we should be supporting. Viewing the world through the lens of dialectical materialism. And at the end of the day,
dialectical materialism.
A future that is worth living in. And the only way we can do that is by combating these major institutions, the monopolies, Wall Street, the City of London, and telling them that we are not for sale. You cannot own us. You cannot own our country. Our country is for us and accelerating, productive growth in this very country. And that's something that the Democratic Party and the Rhino conservatives stand in the way of doing.
Now, I've heard that. This is fucking hilarious. Please tell me Dubster's here. Dubster is here. Now, I've heard that term before. It's the rhinos. It's when they don't want to say Republican because they realize, like they're trying to disassociate themselves from that thing, right? Let me go back for a second. There's the Democratic Party, and then there's the Rhino Conservatives. Instead of the Republican Party, it's the Rhino Conservatives. That's on purpose, just like when I argue with Dubster, and it's like, yeah, but that guy's Republican. No, he's not. He's not Republican. He's not the real thing. I'm the real thing. That dude's not the real thing. So he's a rhino. He's doing that. He's going out of his way to do that for that audience. And like, whoa, you fucking creep fuck. I'm sorry, bro. Like, yeah, you can say whatever political party you represent, or you can have a victorious debate with someone and all that shit. But at the end of the day, when authenticity starts peeking, like who you really are and what you're actually doing starts poking its head out, it won't be like, I think that people take that a little bit different than just thinking you're wrong about something. Like if I say like, "Well, fuck, Knicks are the best team in the league," I'm wrong about it, people will be like, "Ah, you fucking idiot, you was wrong." But if I'm like, "Yo, the Knicks are the best team in the league," secretly I have a secret contract with the New York Knicks, and they pay me to try and like shill the Knicks to you guys, that level of authenticity being questioned, and you guys fucking see it, a lot more of a downfall than just being wrong about something. It's like almost intuitive, it feels like. Like intuitively people be like, "That's fucking disgusting. Fuck that guy." If I had to guess, people that have stopped watching or fell back from this guy probably look at him way more sus than they even look at like the average person, the average content creator who they disagree with. Like, I look at this guy like he's worse. Holy cringy, bro. That fucking... Am I right? Is Dubster here? That's the shit you say, bro. You say fucking... They're the rhinos. We're the Republicans. We're the real Republicans. Those guys are rhinos. And it's like, did you adopt that for this audience, bro? But called the Democratic Party just Democrats. It's like, is there a reason for that? Anyways. Trump called Hinkle for help. Heh.
Something that the Democratic Party and the Rhino conservatives stand in the way of doing. They're telling us that we are going to own nothing and be happy. I mean, that's just insane. They want to govern us through
That's a
debts
tagline
and
too.
slavery. We need to fight back against that. And that's why I think that communists who support growth, who support industrialization in the hands of workers rather than major monopolies who are...
Dude. I'm telling you, bro. This dude, if he's doing the try to get these conservative guys on our team, right? And then let's say they vote this guy in the office somewhere and he screws them over. Like, guess what? One of these motherfuckers are going to shoot you, bro. Someone's going to pull a fucking gun on you, bro. Or, I'm not going to say it will happen. That could 100% turn into that. Because, like I said, that authenticity thing is taken a lot harsher than just being wrong. Right? They'd shoot you before they'd shoot the fucking Democrats. Like, we need socialism everywhere. Right? They'll shoot you before they shoot that guy. Because, like, at least he's saying what he believes in and shit. Look at this little pussy, bro. Well, I'll probably have a shit ton of security and shit like that. Yeah, pussy's real. Anyways, here we go.
We're stealing our, wealth from us. Can unite with MAGA voters on.
So Jackson, I think the point that I disagree with here is, with the whole point, you're going to own nothing and be happy. That is the globalist goal. That also does fall under the umbrella of communism when you trace it throughout its history. I don't remember any communist regime that's actually had the workers in control of the goods and services of the country or of their nation.
American Marxism and communism is going to be based on a rich history of labor struggles with
You can't answer the question. Oh my god. What dumb people fell for this shit, bro? Oh my god. Like, earlier on, oh, I understood, man. The shit, the Jimmy Dore shit, and oh fuck, they're building a team, a coalition, and oh look, he's getting arrested. Okay, I get it. But at this point, when you're hearing this shit, you're still, I don't know what the fucking say to you. Unless you're like, I don't know. Unless you're like a fellow grifter, like, huh, yeah, I'm with this. Like that fuck, I like the techniques he's using, like taking notes, like how, here's how you grift people. Holy Christ, what the fuck was that, bro? This is actually nuts. I might go out of my way to make a video about this. It's hilarious.
Remember any
Matt wants
communist
attention.
regime that's actually had the workers in control of the goods and services of the country or of their nation.
American Marxism and communism is going to be based on a rich history of labor struggles within the United States. And we do have that. You know, the globalists and the liberals are trying to erase that rich history of labor struggles from within our own borders. But we need to actually unite behind that, learn that history, and recognize that we have to take power in our own
Cringe
hands.
fest.
You know, communists today in America don't support the eradication of, say, private property or anything like that. What we support is more growth, more wealth, more businesses for the people, you know, until we reach a point where we have, you know, economic prosperity for all. So, you know, again, the word communism has been so muddied by liberals today and by people like George Soros, because what they don't want is communists, left-wing populists, right-wing populists uniting on common issues to fight back against the deep state. And that's why MAGA communism has been trending on Twitter for like a week now. It's absolutely insane.
This Cenk Uygur ass, bro, literally playing the role of the guy that he built his fucking shit on, right? Was crapping on channels like TYT and stuff like destroying TYT. Like, you're doing what Cenk does, which is just use keywords to trigger the audience to be like, yeah, it's good, right? Listen, everything that's happening now, everything's going good. It's going very progressive. They say shit like that. We're going in the right direction, okay? We're going the progressive way. Which is just saying correct means progressive. Thus, I could just use the word, interchange it with progressive. So this woman, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, is running for office, and she's progressive. Like, it's essentially saying, like, she's correct, she's right, she's good. I'm not going to believe in mind control to that level of things, but, like, you have to see how that's, like, right? Same thing with Republican on PYT. Now this guy's doing it with these words. So if we get the communist, the populist left, and populist right, like, you just equate them to get all together? Are they the same thing? You now use it. So now when he says communist, he means you. Here we go.
You're an interesting guy, Jackson. I really enjoyed this discussion. I wish we could go on.
So
Joining me now to discuss this more.
I'm sorry. So anyways,
Yeah, that's all of it. All right, we'll play some of Hinkle's response to that.
yeah, Addison messaged me after that and reiterated that, you know, they were essentially pressed for time. I thought that was a lot of time. That was like an 8-minute or six or 8 minute segment there. In full, it was like 8 minutes, but my part was 6 minutes. And he reiterated, like, I'd love to have you on again for an extended conversation. So clearly, all of the leftists and liberals who were freaking out, saying things like, Jackson, you can't break through to MAGA. You can't break through. Your messaging won't break through. Oh, but it is. It's already happening. And like over a quarter.
And you're calling that a victory. Bro, I'm wrecked. Like, I want to see these people in real time. Like we got MAGA communism trending. I want to see everyone who commented about it. Like, I want to see them, bro. Like, in physical life. Like, I need you to show me you're a real person. Show me you really exist and that you really put this message out there. Like, oh, not the ones like calling it stupid, but the ones who are actually in agreement and are doing it. I want to see, like, you exist in real life, bro. This is a real person. I want to see that shit. I got you, Matt Hunter. I know black people suck. They fucking suck. Black people fucking suck. Damn it, bro. Keep spamming. Damn it. Ruin everything. You ruined Matt's favorite live. I'm sorry, Matt, for ruining your favorite live stream. Raw compilation. 2019. Jesus Christ. You like. I miss you too, Matt Hunter.
Of my own audience is MAGA. So this is already happening. And it's not about MAGA. It's not about communists. It's about, again, the populace uniting to overcome the ruling elite. That's what.
Okay. Isn't this kid like is his parents the elite that he's talking about too? Right? Am I tripping? I'm censoring Matt's video. Hey, you can post them all you want. You can post all the little videos you want to. You won't play my video. You're having a political discussion, but you're not going to stop and watch my fucking Chuck E. Cheese fucking video? What's wrong with you, huh? You hate censoring me. Oh, fuck. Yeah.
What it's all about.
Yes.
It's about highlighting the contradictions between the oligarchical ruling class, the globalists, who are trying to push their socio-cultural and economic views on the masses.
Jefferson, what's up?
And fighting back against that and challenging that system for true sovereignty of the working class, true sovereignty of our own country in the face of what they're pushing, and, of course, the economic prosperity of our people. So, look, for anyone who says that can't happen, it already is happening. This is proof of that.
I think this, I don't know, bro. He's got to be fucking held hostage and they're like holding up, like, read this. Shit, bro. Like, he doesn't have charisma either. He's like, who the fuck is this guy, bro? No one wrecked him a long time ago. Like, you shouldn't be here, bro. Like, that's why I don't think it's the well-meaning political people that are over here. I think it's the little kids who play video games and they want. If you look at the chat, it might look like a fucking video game chat or gamer chat. It might. I don't know. I could be wrong about him. Destiny's definitely, or Bosch definitely looks like that. Iron Chief, what's up? Look who cares about real discussion. I want to watch Chuck E. Cheese brawl compilations. He's fucking that's cringy ass. Oh fuck. It's like abusing mod status or something. Oh, guess what? Jordan will actually listen to me and talk to me like I'm a human being. I'm gonna abuse it. Here's a compilation. He's like cringily like abusing it. I'm just like, whatever. That's what makes it uber. Like, bro, and sure, whatever you want to. Okay. What would happen if I agreed with Matt Hunter? What would happen? He's like, if I was like, you know what, man, you're right. I think it is genetic, and these guys doing these things. Oh no, I already agree with you, man. You don't got to keep posting this anymore. Like, what does he do then? You find another fucking cat to hop in, like, please play this. Oh fuck. George's the nicest person I ever know. No. What do I do? He's black too. What do I do? He's so nice and he's black. What do I do about it? I can't help it. All right, here we go.
Breaking through the matrix right now that's trying to keep us bound
breaking
up
through the
in
matrix.
these, artificial, manufactured, partisan lines that don't exist in the real world. And we're exposing the hypocrisy of the claims that, the left and the right can't get together. There is no left and right. People aren't they're not made out of cookie cutters. People have complex views. People have heterodoxical views. People want to have a better life for themselves. They want to have a better life for their neighbors. They want their country to be lifted from its knees. And that's exactly what Russia's achieving right now. That's exactly what China's achieving right now. And Russia is not a communist country. China is a communist country, okay? But we can actually look at the things that they've been able to do here. We can also look and reflect the popular sentiments in this country, understand that, and fight for a better future. That's what we're doing when we fight back against these insane narratives that, we can't unite the left and right. We can't unite. There is no left and right. I refuse to buy.
Oh my God. He's trying to steal the conversation again, and I'm just not letting it happen, bro. Every time you talk about foreign policy, you blame the white man. No one does that. It's literally black people causing all these problems over here. That's you, man. Holy Christ. Yeah, hop on Discord. Show your voice. Show your face. Talk to people. Bet you can't. I'll triple dog dare you. Triple dog dare you to join my Discord. And it's pinned right there. Pin message. Join the Discord. Your voice. Let's hear you argue these points out loud. I don't think you actually have any points, really. Love to see. All right. I think I'm done with this guy, too. Oh, this is one I thought was interesting. I should play this one. Apparently this video got deleted. Not my video. Their video. So, let's see if I can find it. I got played for it. Pick the music. Alright. Fuck, I wish I had the whole video, but deleted this shit. I wonder why. Maybe the guy in the middle's in it. Caleb Moppin. So let's give this a listen, and I'm gonna give some, I guess, philosophical critiques from my own perspective. Here we go.
Yeah, I think, again, we should probably, this is an issue of, again, a very widespread confusion that self-proclaimed Marxists and Marxist-Leninists have on the question of morality. And morality is something we should take very seriously.
I agree.
Because a lot of the mistakes come from not having a materialist perspective on the matter.
Pardon me, I farted right there. Now,
perspective on the matter. Because a lot of the mistakes come from not having a materialist perspective on the matter.
skipping through my own video. Like,
thing
shut the fuck
in
up.
regards to morality, or if he's saying it's just an aspect. Right?
Video bombs.
Here we go.
Now, it's undoubtedly true that there was a unique evil. I will agree. There is a unique evil of European colonialism and specifically the colonization of America that is not even comparable to the forms of, aggression and, slavery and so on of the pre-modern status quo. So I agree. There is a unique evil of this kind of modern European colonialism. No.
Okay. That I'm going to disagree with. Unique evil. I thought just like this notion of
Cover your ears, Matt. You might agree with what I'm about to say. Cover your ears.
That I'm going to disagree with. Unique evil. I thought just like this notion of evil is evil. Evil is evil. As opposed to it's uniquely extra evil. Well, why is that? My guess is that his answer will say, well, look at the material impact. That's what makes it a more.
Shut the fuck up. Who's this guy?
Is just as bad as the guy who gets a chance to rape 100 women. It's that they're the same evil to me. And shoot someone has happened in the psyche already. So I think that abstraction is actually worthy of time. But let's continue.
Remember, it's just
No
like
denying
every comment.
that. So it's not that I'm trying to say, well, this is true for every single country's past, and America is just no exception. No, I agree. It is a unique evil. The problem is it has already happened. It has already happened. And if we do not believe that this reality can be reconciled, that we cannot, so to speak, clean the mess, or at least help try to clean the mess created by the sins of the forefathers, there is no moral position that can judge the past in this way. In other words, America has created a mess, so to speak, right? With American settled colonialism and the genocide of indigenous and slavery. This, I agree, is all a mess created by America. But only as Americans can we clean the mess we created. Can we address this original problem? We're not going to address it by turning our backs on this country and its people and saying they're all evil and they're condemned. Because in effect, you are actively participating in that original evil by doing that and saying that. If we...
Okay, so he's going with the angle that, oh no, you are part of you're one of the mess makers. So, so you can't just separate yourself from it and then claim some sort of moral authority over it. I get what he's saying there, but at the same time, all right, as far as how I look at morality, I look at it at the level of intention on my own. But I think he's going to say something that kind of drives the point home. I'll wait till he says it. All right, here we go.
Say, if we take responsibility for those original crimes, and I agree, America must take responsibility. And I'm not speaking in the form of atoning for its sins or rectifying the problem, but strictly in the sense, yes, we have to acknowledge this is part of the founding of America. We should own up to it. And if we cannot see how there can be a reconciliation and a redemption of the American project, even after this, you're in no position to judge it from the perspective of morality. If we don't, we can at the same time own up to this hideous, ugly history and also believe that there is a reconciliation of this history, of this original wound. That is, to put it in this kind of Hegelian way, the wound is reconciled. This very original evil has a deeper meaning than just, meaningless barbarism, and it must amount to something more than that. And communists are uniquely disposed to being able to allow it to amount to more than that. And I think the form this takes is the United States because America, as Caleb pointed out, is not a nation. It's a union state. It's a union state of various different states.
I'm kind of looking for the materialist part.
It's an estate that, by the example of...
Because that is, the materialist part is the justification for what we just watched Hinkle do. And in fact, well, I guess they would say it's almost morally, not even moral, morally. Here's where I get lost when they start saying throw away morality, because what are your, what's the point? Why do you do the material things then? For what point? That's usually the one they get stuck on, right? And they're survival. What do you plan to do when you survive? This is empirically pleasure. Many philosophical loopholes, discussion and argument there, but this kind of thing that justifies, this quote unquote MAGA communism thing we just saw Hinkle do, right? It's oh no, it makes sense to adopt someone's term and use it against them because it is against them, right? You're trying to trick them into following you. Oh, doing that makes sense because all you need is material differences, material change, material victory. Like, meanwhile, like, yeah, there's your material leader. Go him. He has the biggest following. You got to follow him. Come on. Better than Trump, right? Paul Hinkle, material leader. That's what it turned into. But I'm all right. I'm kind of looking for that part. I think it's in this video. Pretty sure.
Stalin on the national question is almost completely devoid of any specific national particularity when it comes to the pure form of the state. Obviously, there are national realities, but when it comes to the United States, it is devoid of any particular specific national content. What is more communist than that? Communists need to inherit that. But when it comes to the United States, it is devoid of any particular specific national content. What is more communist than that? Communists need to inherit that and give new meaning to it, to this form. And morality cannot be treated as something where, well, I may have not been around at that time of settler colonialism, but now I am uniquely able to, they like using this word, you're reproducing and you're reinforcing this settler colonialism by participating in it, and by being a communist and admitting you're a patriot. This is a completely bankrupt mentality. It's a completely bankrupt moral or ethical position. You are already participating in it, whether you acknowledge and own up to it or not. Unless you want to leave this country and go live in a different country, it still forms the basis of your existence. You're doing it either way, right? You're not.
All right. So what he.
Okay, so he basically said it there. Adopt this in a bunch of words that really comes down to, like, it would end up being like a revolving door argument. Or like morality, this morality, we don't need this morality because we're looking at it in this regardless of your morals or ideals, as I think he says. Oh, you're materially stuck in it anyways. Like, you're a part of that thing. Oh, look at you, you're using Google. Hunter would say, you're shopping. You're part of the American thing, part of the American crimes. You don't need morality in regards to that discussion. Well, tension, right? Like, hey man, do you know about the crimes? Are you into committing them? If you had a second chance, would you recommit these crimes, like something like slavery or something? Would you I think that's an important question. As far as, like, because you're dealing with people, right? Unless him and his team, unless they, I guess, eliminate the human being from there, or eliminate what most people think of as human being, with thoughts and a thinking thing, with thoughts and choices and shit like that. Unless they're eliminating that philosophically, are they? Are they getting rid of the human being and the drive for social justice or something? I just wanted to play. Oh man, why do you? Oh, Matty. Europeans/Americans participated in the conquest. Ethic? Participated in the slave trade? Why didn't I say that? You're an idiot, bro. Dude, come to Discord so I can roast you, bro. I don't even make political arguments. I'll just do jokes roasting your ass, bro. Voice, so I can roast you, like, in front of everyone. It's almost like Hinkle calling it communism the safe phase. That response to him. You don't have to be communist to oppose monopolies. Yeah. Or, like, I thought communism should be in the category of, here's the efficiency, like, I believe this is more efficient of a thing to use in order to, you know, fulfill my moral conquest, which is to make the world better or something. No more starving and blah, 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 whatever your fucking goal is. Right? Thus, when we're talking about something like someone doing something creepy or corrupt or immoral, then, like, that's everyone's uniting against that thing. Right? Where it doesn't matter what you call yourself. But then that would require the world to actually work on morals instead of just saying, yeah, it doesn't mean anything. We're talking about material. Anyways, Haas is really skirting around how this communism would be introduced and replace the current government. We should rid evil by civil war and killing political opponents, rid of evil that way. Man, well, I don't know if these guys believe in that. I think these guys would hide in their. They'd try to get enough of a following, make enough money to where they have protection by either location, like I live in a nice neighborhood where these motherfuckers won't catch up to me, or they have physical protection, like security guards and shit, because they're running for office or whatever. So it's quite interesting to me, this whole thing. Like, I've never seen not just someone trying to manipulate their audience, but openly telling them that they're doing it to them. That's wild, and people still follow it. That's, like, super wild to me. Hey guys, we're literally going to change words around in order to get people to join our team. And we're going to tell them we're doing it as we're doing it. And the audience doesn't stop and say, like, I wonder if they did that with us. No one stops and thinks about, like, huh. No. Those guys, come on, man. Haas, bro. Hinkle, bro. On our team. They're on my team. So, they're only, like, they wouldn't do that to us. They're only doing it to the MAGA guys. They're trying to get the MAGA guys because we need numbers. They would never do that to us. We're special. Oh my god, the wreckage is real, bro. Coop. I wonder what people would think. Their main audience or whatnot. Like, someone actually seriously asked them one by one, where they don't have little teammates around to fucking cover for them. Like, just dead ass, just one-on-one, just them answering. Like, man, what would you feel like if these guys did that to you? To where they're not even quote unquote communists, they just changed what that meant, adopted the word to get you on their side. Like, now what? It's like, fuck. Run. Haas would never do that to me. Hinkle would never do that to me. Why? Because you donated $4.99 to him and he read your message out loud. Like, come on, bro, think about it. Let's think, guys, for a little bit. Oh, Matt still wants attention. When Jordan goes down into history's basement of atrocity, she barely shines her lantern on the European section, avoiding all the other more debased culture. What are you talking about? He literally has to make shit up, or it's like, whatever. Like, you just stop responding to him as to why, like, you're literally making this. Once again, Jordan says exactly what he's, like, has integrity and says exactly what he means. Waiting for one day where Matt Hunter says that instead of making shit up. God, what a P word. He's a wet P word. He's horny for attention. All right. I don't know why I have this, but I thought it was interesting. Something about materialism versus idealism, which is soy, materialism, which is Chad.
Basically just means, let me show you what materialism means. I'll show you again. This is what materialism means. This is it. Basically, this is just all it means.
Sorry,
That's
this
it.
is loud as shit.
Materialism is just its openness. Look, regardless of what happens, let me explain to you what is a material object. I'll explain to you Materialism 101. This is what separates materialism from idealism, right? Materialism basically means that regardless of forms and appearances, there is some consistent symptom that just says yes, right? There's a wealth of appearances and differences and ideas in reality, but they all share just this common objective material symptom. It's like, well, regardless of that, this is still the symptom. This is still the material object, right? That's what basically materialism means. This is
Okay. And this is used to help in what regard? I would ask, like, is it a trick? Focus on this particular way I'm explaining this. I need you to focus on this. That I can get you on my team so that we can vote. Change it. It always works out somehow. Always seems to work out, doesn't it? Whatever. Here we go.
Is what is the material content.
It means
This
Chad,
is
too.
what is material, right?
It means 5'4" white guy
as
with blonde
opposed to
bangs.
what? As opposed to apparent and inessential and superficial. This is what is material, right? Materialism basically means the symptom, the object, the common thread that conditions is the range of possibilities. There's a range of indeterminacy and possibility. The materialism, the material
What is he listening
object
to?
is just the thing that is the thread that anchors
Sound like metric to me.
and which ultimately conditions this range of possibilities.
Is he one of those guys where everything's whack, bro? Everything about the dude's whack, and people still follow him, bro? Like, music's whack, you're whack, like everything. Like, can you run for a second? You like runs like you run whack, bro. You trash everywhere. Is he one of those guys, and people just fucking follow him for some reason? Be talking shit. I have to, bro. I have to.
That's what materialism means. Now, idealism is a certain type of
He writes whack
prejudice
and shit.
according to which
Types whack.
who's the screaming soy guy? So the screaming soy guy, hold on. So idealism is this guy. This is idealism. This guy usually has a
So all he's saying is, you'll get girls. You're material. You're idealistic. You'll cry about it. Holy shit. I just thought that was funny. Okay. Hopefully you can see like a trend here in regards to these things. Not saying he's being 100% serious here. I don't think he's being 100% serious. He's mostly trolling and joking. But I still think it's funny that, like, actually, if you actually look at it at the core, bro, I think you would do this to your own followers. Like, I think he's joking here, but at the same time, like, you say it worked. You were joking, but it ended up working. To where, like, what? I realize the way you're thinking, how you get the girls. Fan of you, you know? Like, I think if it worked, he might use it. Should be creepy enough for you to be like, I'm walking away right now. That should be creepy enough for you. But, you know, life is life, you know. Like, but John, I'm like, I don't know, bro. Like, I need to meet these people in real life, bro. I need to see, like, they physically exist, bro. That's what I need. I'm not, like, it hurts my senses to think there's someone who's like, yeah, you do get the girl. Materialistically. Like, it doesn't even make sense in your own head, bro. Yeah, this is it. That, like, I need to make sure you exist as a human being first. And I'm like, okay. Oh, shit. It's Saturday. I want to see Black Chuck E. Cheese Fight Night. Shut up. By the way, pay-per-view on later. I think I decided that when the fights are coming up, it might be soon, actually. I'll go through a couple more things, and then I'm just going to get off and go on Discord. And allegedly watch the fights. Because I don't think I can pull it off, bro. It'll be, like, useless to be live on YouTube, because it'll just be, like, fucking sketch. And while I'm trying to stream on Discord at the same time, and it might fuck up the Discord video, and I kind of want to watch these fights. But, as you guys can see, my Discord link is fucking pinned. Check it out, click on it. Join my Discord. Argue. Or watch fights. Allegedly. Movies and stuff, allegedly. We wouldn't do anything that's, you know, copyrighted, allegedly. Or would we? Anyways. What am I up to? Email Uber driver. Why is this in my search, bro? Why is this going to be in my fucking YouTube algorithm now? Thank you, Matt Hunter. Pay-per-viewing, yeah. Exactly what's going on. Spending my hard-earned money on, I want to give it to Disney and Dana White, bro. That's where I want to spend my money. I want to give it to Disney, too. Or, what is it? ESPN, Dana White. Then, you know, I want to watch Wakanda Forever, so I want to give Disney my more of my money. Come on, guys, think about it. You wouldn't download a car? What? The future, bro. 3D printers. Download the Honda Civic of my dreams. Volume down. They like pay her anyways.
Someone tell me go ahead. Wait, where's my shoe? Wait, hold on, wait. Let me find my shoe. Let me find my shoe. They already ready.
Matt missed the white crib from. Is there water at her? They fight like girls, bro. What was the point of that? Bro, you're chalked. You're so chalked, Matt Hunter. Your life chalked. I don't get it. Was there context to that, or was it just like, oh, my urges. Oh, I must fight you now. Water in your face and fight you. I don't get it, bro. Holy fuck. Cringe level chalked. Alright, let's check this out. Take control. I guess this is MGTOW content. Take control of your life. Spartan challenge. Here we go.
You not know where to start. You feel like something's missing. You've been meaning to make a change but haven't started.
Volume's good.
For some reason or another, an excuse here or there, life's gotten in the way, work's gotten in the way, family's gotten in the way, your own fears have gotten in the way. Are you ready to change all that? Well, if you think you're ready, I might have an answer for you. I'm going my own way for 6 months, and I implore the rest of the community to join me. It's a monk mode Spartan challenge of nothing but self-improvement, aligning yourself physically, mentally, and spiritually, and inviting the community to do it also. We already started a Discord, and a subreddit is underway to help keep each other accountable. Having a community and a brotherhood of men that can come into the same space, have a real conversation, and hold each other up when things don't look too well is going to be all the difference for everybody here that decides to do the challenge to succeed. Make sure you head down to the description below, join the Discord and the subreddit. It's going to be a key factor in you succeeding, especially when you undergo some sort of stress from life, something unexpected happens, and the pressure starts to weigh on you, and you feel like breaking.
This is like Tony
It's gonna
Robbins
be
without
very
the
good
energy.
for you to be able to get on the forums or the Discord, seek some motivation, some help, and some discipline from other men. I can make sure you stay on track. Super important. It'll also double as a mail space if you have any questions, concerns, etc., and you need help, whether it's diet, nutrition.
How do you even
workout
know
plans,
what the
whatever.
Haas video
Everybody will
was
try to
about
provide and help
and
with some
this way of
information that can help
thinking
you
are the
along
same
way.
things?
That way you don't get stuck
What?
or plateau.
Which
Well,
part?
let's
What are you talking
begin.
about?
So, what is the challenge?
That's right.
For
Mekta.
6 months, we're gonna let go of all the vices, all
You
the
like so just like rip their shit off.
attention-grabbing, all the
Mekta.
drool-inducing content that we consume, and we're just gonna focus on massive amounts of self-improvement. Part 1 of the challenge: read 1 book a month. That's simple. We need to mentally elevate.
I don't need to ever do that. Sorry, Ben. Sorry, Ben, but I don't need to read a book. Ever. Like, I reach past needing anything. I can stop movies. I can stop music. Music would be very hard to do. That'd be probably the hardest one to do. But maybe I'm a Spartan already, so I don't need to complete these tasks. Here we go.
We consume, and we're just gonna focus on massive amounts of self-improvement. Part 1 of the challenge: read 1
you're
book
talking
a
to-
month. That's simple. We need to mentally elevate ourselves and make sure we stay sharp between the ears. Simple enough. Next challenge:
Rigor
physicality.
host will
You need to
pretend some
explore
children being
multiple
bomb
disciplines
troubles her.
in your life,
Yet
whether
when
that
you
means
show her
running,
her own
weightlifting,
savage
rock
behavior,
climbing,
she plays
hiking,
dumb.
doesn't matter, calisthenics, whatever you think. You need to find
I
a
swear
couple
he's
of
an
things
idiot, bro.
that you will consistently progress
Prolific.
through in this 6-month
Prolific
period.
levels of
Next
stupid.
one is a funny one, and I'm sure you all need.
Now, for people who don't know and haven't seen mine and others' exchanges with Matt Hunter, to where he's like left, limping, like, groveling on the fucking ground, trying to change a topic and shit like that. This is why he doesn't need to be addressed with certain comments. This is why he gets skipped over. He doesn't get skipped over. I love Matt Hunter. I don't care what he says. I like him. But at the same time, he'll say some stupid shit that's like, it's been addressed, but you never addressed my shit, bro. You run away from it, so why the fuck am I addressing you? Join the Discord, put your fucking voice on record, and come get fucking smushed. Come get wrecked. That's all I'll say. This is basically what he does. He grabs my attention, and I start fucking shitting on him. And then I have to like fuck, I wasn't supposed to do that. I was supposed to let him fucking grovel over there. Watch his Pizza Hut brawl videos all day. Like, I'm justified. Please, I'm justified. Alright, anyways. Book promote. I don't want to miss this. Here we go.
We need to mentally
Hunter's
elevate
a
ourselves
Spartan.
and make sure we stay sharp between the
Yeah.
ears. Simple enough. Next challenge: physicality. You need to employ multiple disciplines in your life, whether that means running, weightlifting, rock climbing, hiking, doesn't matter, calisthenics, whatever you think. You need to find a couple of things that you will consistently progress through in this 6-month period. Next.
Okay. Then there's okay, so I guess he's saying like physical health, staying in shape. I like that advice, but if he's when he says reading, it sounds like he's saying intellectual stimulation. And I'm like, Get that from anywhere, bro. You can go outside, and stare at trees, or meditate in front of a fucking tree and get intellectually stimulated. I can see the chakras in the background. You might tell us to meditate. But yeah, like I don't understand the read a book thing. Like I get it, why most people attach that with intellectualism. Me, I just don't. I think just being stimulated by something you're interested in. Pause. Like Matt is with dicks and Dubster is with cocks. Like, see how they're stimulated based on what they receive. Like it speaks to them. The dick speaks to them, so they get it. They get into it. You could do that with books or movies or music or a tradition or whatever the fuck. So, book part, I'm like, The stay in physical shape for like just feel healthy, feel good and shit. Like, fine. I like that.
Hiking, doesn't matter, calisthenics, whatever you think. You need to find a couple of things that you will consistently progress through in this 6-month period. Next one is a funny one, and I'm sure you all knew it was coming. That's no fap. Yes, stop chicken your chicken.
Is it already? Isn't it November, right? No fap November. So, once again, something I'm going to disagree with. Like, guess what, guys? And gals. In my book, you can still get laid and be a Spartan, okay? Because obviously we're all inspiring to be Spartans. Alright, here we go. The fact that he says he's trying to be like, well, actually, he's kind of giggling. Look at his face. He's like, no. It's like it's a word you say it, you can't not like giggle a little bit.
Banned. 2 weeks at a time, though. We're making an alteration because if you go too long without fapping, your body will actually try to get rid of the excess that builds up, and you'll end up having wet dreams. This happens about a month in for most men with functioning testosterone levels. For some,
He's
it may
tried
come
everything.
earlier,
You
for
look at him
some, it may come
crawling.
later.
Where are your
But
videos of children being
pipes
bombed?
in
Like, they're out
and
there.
only use your imagination.
One of the most famous
Again,
images
no
ever is the
pornographic
whatever.
content. That is the worst thing you
Been
can do for
smushed
your
many
brain.
times.
Literally rots it if you're a man, hijacks your pleasure centers, rewires neurological
You don't need
pathways,
read
and
books
does
to be
absolutely
educated,
nothing
bro.
for you, but give you ED if you do it too
Don't.
much. So, no fapping, no porn. Only every 2 weeks, use your imagination. For those of you that are married or in a relationship, don't think I forgot about you. So you will join us.
Hashtag
on this
keep it
journey of
floppy.
sexual transmutation. That is, we're going to harness our sexual energy into more productive things. What you will do is practice semen retention. That is, you will not orgasm when you have sex with your partner, and you will stay on the 2-week timeline.
I'm
That is,
sorry.
you will
I was
end on
laughing
this
so
journey.
much that I
For
might have
those of
missed
you that are
one.
married or in a relationship, no, absolutely nothing for you, but give you ED if you do it too much. Sexual pain literally rots it if you're a man, hijacks your pleasure centers, rewires neurological pathways, and does absolutely nothing for you, but give you ED if you do it too much.
That's right, Dubster. Put the dick down.
So, no fapping, no porn. Only every 2 weeks, use your imagination. For those of you that are married or in a relationship, don't think I forgot about you. So you will join us on this journey of sexual transmutation. That is, we're going to harness our sexual energy into more productive things. What you will do is practice semen retention. That is, you will not orgasm when you have sex with your partner, and you will stay on the 2-week timeline. Make her earn your seed. It does.
Bro, come on, Grey Walker. What the fuck did you just send me, bro? What do you call it? Is it semen retention, bro? Oh, bro, I'm wrecked by this. Make her earn your seed, bro. It's like, you can't make me come, can you? You're not gonna make me come. No shot you could make me come right now. You gotta try, do your best. Do your worst. I'm not coming. What the fuck am I listening to? He's just staring at us like, do your worst. This is actually kind of kinky, and I might be into. That sounds actually kind of hot. You can't make orgasm, can you? No life. You have like a Stefan Molyneux voice. I'm fucking wrecked, bro. Oh shit. Why is he Listen, Allie, you don't get this. You don't get the Spartan life, bro. Us Spartans know what this means. Bro. Like, you're a bum! Bro, it's fucking hilarious. And, make her earn your seed. Bro, the way he says it's fucking hilarious. Alright, I gotta play more of this. Hello, Kate. Well, you don't know how you found this corner of YouTube? Me neither. I think I just ended up here. I think I was born here. I think it's the MAGA communist way I was led here. It was my destiny. See, I tied like everything we talked about. It's like my destiny where I was trapped in a web. Like Whitney Web. Get it? Tied all the videos I went over, tied them all together. That's true genius. Kate, welcome to YellBRo. By the way, any new mods here, there is no banning, no timing out anyone. The only reason you have a mod ship is so you can say what you want and put down video links for me to react to. Unless you're Matt Hunter, you suck at it. Bro. Matt Hunter tried semen retention but failed after watching an episode of 90210. The reruns, bro. He's fuck. No fap, no fap. Alright, here we go.
Relationship, don't think I forgot about you. So you will join us on this journey of sexual transmutation. That is, we're going to harness our sexual energy into more productive things. What you will do is practice semen retention. That is, you will not orgasm when you have sex with your partner. And you will stay on the 2-week timeline. Make her earn your seed. It does wonders for your relationship, believe it or not. Meditation and journaling. Every day you'll wake up and you're going to meditate. Then you're going to journal in the afternoon and then at night right before bed. This is going to help you solidify.
How'd you tie these things all together? Like, that seemed like, okay, the meditation thing seems like, oh, well, I'm one with the universe and whatever the fuck, right? And him, they like make her earn your seed or something. It sounds like some, like, I'm dominant, fuck you. Like, you're supposed to be both? You're supposed to be like the Buddha Genghis Khan of your time or something? Like a mixture? Don't come, meditate. What?
Clarify your thoughts, clarify your actions and goals for tomorrow, and help keep you on track, as well as formulating thoughts and new ideas. It's very important for you to get in tune with yourself. It provides you with an insane amount of clarity that boosts your mood and helps you attack the day tomorrow at 100%. It's
almost like, sorry, Grey Walker, it's almost like he's fucking Henkel, bro. Like, you're adopting terms and shit and practices from all these other things that would be like in the antithesis of your shit. You gotta attack the day, meditate. Be one with the universe and don't come. What the freak am I? Gotta reckon me. I guess it'd be good marketing, right? It'd be pretty good marketing. Fucking meditate.
Important for you to get in tune with yourself. It provides you with an insane amount of clarity that boosts your mood and helps you attack the day tomorrow at 100%. It's also
indoctrinated, how dare you?
Shine a spotlight on your negative emotions, figure out why you're having them, what's the cause, and make sure they don't linger for weeks, months on end. Stamp it out of your mind then and there. I don't recommend you getting one that big. That's a journal. It looks like a spell book. Although cool looking, it's more of a showpiece. I did get another one. This one's a lot smaller. Yet again, this is my journal. I leave it on my nightstand, and this is what I write in as often as I can for the reasons mentioned before. And I try to treat it as something spiritual because your mind is your temple. Good thoughts lead to good habits, which lead to good outcomes. And I truly believe that.
I mean, something me and James talked about before, where they're taking spirituality and once again making it materialistic. Thus, kind of like, putting a wood box, like hammering down the lid on a wood box of the spirit and making you focus on the external shit. Because you come down to realize it, like, hey man, your life isn't the way it is because you come too much, or you come for your wife. It's not ruin. That's not the thing ruining it, bro. Like coming, once you put it in terms of coming or not coming, you're in distraction territory, and you might be losing the picture. My chat's full of snowflakes. Yeah. I mean, you're the wettest P word I've ever fucking seen, Andre. Are you getting offended? And no fapping, Matt Hunter. Bring you happiness. Meditate. Write your journal. Like Grey Walker, I want you to experiment with Matt Hunter. Use him as your test subject. Prove to me that this shit works, okay? Make Matt Hunter a Spartan. Please. There we go.
I even got myself this cool fountain pen. Look at this thing. It's like gold. Just a little flair.
That pen is
to
like
make
Arabian.
it known to myself
Latin.
that, hey, this is special time. Take this serious. It's not just jotting down things like, I felt good today. I felt bad today. I felt bad today because XYZ happened to me. And then I had these feelings. Get very specific with your journaling. There's techniques to it. But in essence, don't BS yourself when you journal. Don't keep it short. Have a real conversation with yourself. It'll pay dividends. Believe me. The more honest and the more real you are with yourself and the more things you jot down, things that make you feel uncomfortable, the effectiveness increases tenfold. No more running away from our problems or burying them deep inside. It's time we attack them. This one will be hard for quite a few of you. No video games, no alcohol,
What?
no drugs.
No ape sex. I mean apex. Freudian slipped it. Shallow service level materialistic spirituality packaged for people. Master, how do I attain enlightenment? Don't jerk off, buddy. You'll find it. It's just a teacher with a cigarette, like chopping fish up. Like, don't jerk off. Chopping like fish heads off and shit. Now listen, the woman, she's gonna try to ruin you. She's gonna try to make you come. Don't do it. Hold back. Stay strong. Oh, fuck.
Nothing that can be used as an escape for reality. It's time we ground ourselves in the real world and start building ourselves up. I already know that one knocked out a bunch of you from trying, which is why you should try this even more. The fear or the arrogance of not being able to quit any of those things should make you worried and make you want to try this.
Listen, guy who spends more on his haircut than his wife or girlfriend.
Months, you're only making a promise.
Stop
to
giving me
yourself,
advice, bro.
And the only one you're going to
It
disappoint
sucks,
is
bro.
yourself.
It sucks for
Break
Jordan.
those
Maybe
down
someone else that
forums
works for them.
and try to get
For
you back
Jordan,
on
I don't
track.
like any
And
of
if
those.
you lie
bro.
about it, you're only letting yourself down. Nothing worse than making a promise to yourself and breaking it. That's the lowest form of self-respect. You can do better. Lastly, diet. We're going to eliminate sugars and processed carbs. We're going to eat nothing but meat, fruits, and
Can I stream
vegetables.
gaming?
No more junk food. No more
Oh, yeah, yeah.
sweets.
When I get
no
into it,
more
when I-
candies. No more ordering out, takeout.
Well,
nothing.
I want to
We're
get
gonna
a
learn
cord
either
from
cook
my
at home or
controller,
eat
get that
anything
shit fixed.
home-based.
I'm
Whether
gonna have
your
to set
goal
up my
is weight
capture
loss or
card.
weight gain, we're gonna do this
Someday
the
I'll
right
fucking
way and
game.
make it sustainable for you.
Or, like,
and that's it. Those are the basic rules.
maybe
Any
even, like,
man can follow
consistently.
these. It's not that hard. It just takes a little bit of self-control, something that's missing in the world today because we're bombarded with notifications, with social media, with news.
Maybe do like a
et cetera,
normal
et cetera,
live stream one day, and then
hijacking
the
your
next day
attention
make it
span,
like a
making it
gaming
almost
day.
impossible to focus on
And
things
obviously
in the past.
Saturdays, like
Today,
I
we're
don't
gonna
know.
start
I gotta think
using
about it.
the power of technology and social media like this to make a difference in people's lives. I put up some self-improvement
Bend
questions
on your
the community
girlfriend. You
section
have one?
2 weeks
No, I
ago
don't have
for
a
everybody.
girlfriend,
We had
but I
over
would.
11,000 votes. And
I'd
I
just
asked
be like
you
a normal
guys,
person.
what's something that you struggle
Right.
with, but you've been working
Oh,
on
fuck, you're
overcoming?
human? I'm
What is
human?
a bad habit you'd like to break? What's an area of your life you want to improve? And lastly, what's something you used to do that
I
you
like
don't
you, you
anymore
like
because
me,
it was
but
bad for
okay,
you?
maybe one of
Some
us
very
has
basic
money.
questions,
Maybe
along with
maybe we
5
both have money. Like,
options
just
of
go about
voting.
it
And for 57%
like you're
of
normal
it was
humans or something.
procrastination as the number one
I don't
reason.
know.
Then we had 13% negative self-talk. Some of us perfectionism. Others lack of confidence. Others giving up easily. YouTube will not let me put more than 5 options up, but the comment
Bury your
section
pecker in
tells
this.
everything we need to know. A majority of you wish there was a all of the above and a whole slew of other problems that were in the comments. That
Steak,
were not
eggs,
listed
Greek
on.
yogurt,
Take a look at
nuts.
that community post and you'll see what I mean.
Like a real
okay,
man?
so we
What?
have our objectives for 6 months. What's the point? Why do all of this? What's the goal here? We create a community online and eventually in the physical world where men that think like us have a space to congregate and to have our voices heard. Something
Did I
that's
watch the
missing in
Black
world
Panther? Yeah, I
today.
did.
Young boys growing up and
Allegedly.
men, lack of father in the home.
Actually, I might end the stream with that. We'll just keep playing. I'll end the stream with a little Black Panther discussion. What else, man? What other shit that came out? Maybe I recommend like shit to watch. We'll figure it out. I do like ending my streams with movie talks. My favorite fucking thing. Here we go. Back up a bit.
Community online and eventually in the physical world where men that think like us have a space to congregate and to have our voices heard. Something that's missing in the world today. Young boys growing up and men lack a father in the
Rips the
home
shirt.
far too often, have no mentors present at all, no second generation like grandparents to teach them old ways. Nothing. We've lost traditions.
About
We've
self-discipline.
lost rites of passage. We've lost
Sure, but,
everything
like,
that makes a man.
You're disciplined to this guy's fucking rules. I don't get that. Like, discipline is like, to me, like ethereal. You can actually dive into the thing of your own discipline, start building it up, or shaping it the way you want to. I don't think you need Spartan rules, right? I get it if it's like inspiring to you, but the rules are sound. Don't speak to me at all. They don't. Honestly, I'm more like okay, but a lot of this was just like nah.
Masculine. And this is why so many men are dealing with
Nikola
so many
Tesla,
problems today.
yeah, Tesla
This
was
is why
a
the rates of
seed
self-harm
retainer
for
for
men
life.
are
His
so
mind
completely out of whack,
invented
and why
most of
so
our
many men check
technology,
out of life.
even
It's time to
Wi-Fi
give
and
everybody
motors,
a voice and a
all the
space
future.
and make a
Go nuts
difference.
for that.
An example: you wake up in the morning.
That's how
you
it
don't
works.
feel
That's
like
how
going
genius
on your
works.
Run.
Get it?
It's 5:30. You want to slack and be in bed. You're gonna turn on that Discord, and you're gonna see a bunch of men posting of how they just ran their 5 miles, 10 miles in the morning. How some guy just lost 20 pounds. He's posting his before and after. How somebody finished reading this book and they recommend it. How motivating, how uplifting would that be? That could spur you to get out of bed, to get after it. Seeing other men achieve this. I want you guys to see normal, average men achieving great things through the power of will. I know we look on YouTube. I know we see these men that seem like they're unattainable, that they're genetically gifted, that they're this and that. I want to show you that it's drive and discipline that makes an average man great. Genetics is no longer an excuse.
Comment.
Externalizing our fears, externalizing our dread, blaming the deck of cards we were dealt, that ends today. Further
You're in
out,
like
the
superhero
community
movies,
would have
Dark
grown
Age.
to such
Oh
a size
boy, is it
and have
bad,
an
bro.
army of
Wait
men
till I start
available
getting
that
into
are part of the
getting into the fucking
hang
movie
out,
talk.
talk
Oh my god,
business,
is it bad?
talk self-mastery,
Black Adam's another one I
anything
can fucking
and
bring up.
everything that people are pursuing in their lives and have gold nuggets
Holy
of wisdom
shit.
and
I'm
experience
glad I'm back
to share
too.
with all of us. We're combining brain power for a better outcome for the community and for yourself. Imagine we all go hang out at some bar somewhere and the owner is part of the community.
Keep your gym
We've also
routine hard
working
and your
locally,
wiener
all
soft.
of us. Then somebody else in that group happens
Magical
to be
life.
an
A
investor,
magic elf will
lets us know
will
some
visit
information,
you,
crucial stuff that
give you
he's
3
been working
tasks.
on, he thinks would be a good
From there, you
investment for
can
everybody.
obtain
Someone else is into
the ultimate
regenerative
man.
farming, teaches us what we need to
That's what he's
do.
not telling you
Someone else
secretly.
is in whatever supply chain, lets us know what's going on, etc., etc. To be able to combine
Oh, we got
disciplines
House
so
of
wide
Dragons
and
we can
varied
fucking
by
talk about.
individuals
We
who
got
have the time to dedicate to them and master them and share that valuable information
Lord of the Rings
with one
should.
another. All the little things men have lost over the years, as spaces for men have deteriorated into nothing.
And some
will
major
literally
fucking
change
entertainment
your life.
events that are
And
worth
that's the real goal here, to create
Yeah.
a strong
Worth,
social net for
making
men,
fun of or
a
talking about.
brotherhood where we can go and help one another achieve great things through the power of the tribe. It's that simple saying of, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. And I believe going far. Leave some comments below on things we may.
I'm not sitting there saying the guy's an asshole or even a grifter or anything like that. I'm sure he wants to make money off of this thing he's doing. I'm sure part of his aim. But I don't know, his rules don't apply from rule number 1. He was already not applying them. It's like, yeah, make sure you read a book. I'm already out. Like, I'm already out of here, bro. But I don't think you need to train your willpower. I think you just need to use your willpower. Hey, what do you want? Usually people don't have a set idea of what they want, which is staggers. That's what staggers you from using your willpower towards something, right? Know what you want. Good luck for anyone to stop that person from like trying to. Doesn't mean they're going to achieve it, but at least moving towards whatever fucking goal they set for them. That's what they truly want. I think there's different versions of the word want, bro. Right? Don't let your want be something to where it's like, you know what? I want a double cheeseburger from McDonald's or something. Like, there's that type of want. Then there's like existentially driven fucking desires and wants. That's where it becomes otherworldly and spiritual, and could play out as legs folded meditation, or it could play out as fucking I can squat 300 pounds and I'm thinking about life as I'm doing. I don't know. Or listening to music or making music. That becomes your meditation. All right. Thank you, Gray Walker, for the. Wait, Allie, we're here for Colonel Sanders, bro. I might have missed it. That'd be an awesome thing, like an awesome feature for like YouTube. Instead of copywriting everyone for like anything they play, how about you just link someone to the thing, like in the chat, like an automatic bot, like, oh, YellBRo is watching this right now, like pins it. Oh, that's fucking. Review these. You're only here for like 2 minutes. Whitney Webbs, Colonel Sanders, Destiny, and Lex Fridman. MAGA communism. Destroy, destroy, destroy. Actually, give me a minute, and then, as you can see, Jody didn't like it. Didn't like Wakanda Forever. Do a little movie talk. Then I'm gonna close the stream up and watch UFC. Don't forget, my Discord link is pinned right now. Comments. So if you're not in my Discord, join. All right, I'll be right back. That is UFC, Jesse. What can I play as like a backdrop to terrible fucking films? Alright. Alright, here's what I'll do. I'll say this. Wait, I'll take Glenn off the screen. It might be buying people. I can put on like a little Steve Cutler music. There we go.
Sweet.
All right then.
Was he doing an interview?
We'll start out with the karaoke, and then I'll do the other one just because then my voice.
Doing music or is he?
So
This guy.
I want to do if he's not. Play metric. Don't only get me banned in Canada. Little background music, no big deal. That I can't do. Is are 100%. It's a lyric video. I don't think I can play that. Can't play a lyric video. Sound testing myself. Here we go. So I'll say this. Out of the two movies, as like a, all right, there's things that are supposed to be like epic events, basically, right? From TV show to fucking film. If there's supposed to be like House of the Dragon is supposed to be a main eventer. So was fucking the Lord of the Rings show. Wakanda Forever, Black Adam. Those are the two rivalry fucking comic book fucking movies, whatever the fuck, right? Companies and movies. Out of those things, Wakanda Forever is better than Black Adam. And this hurts my heart to say, but it is. House of the Dragon is better than Lord of the Rings show, bro. Oh, so I'll start you off with that. House of the Dragon's lore? He's trolling me. Jesse, are you trolling me? And Dance of the Dragons, The Murder of the... Dude, you spoiled me, bro. That one. I mean, I kind of knew the story already, but I'm not going to spoil it for me. Even the Batman fell flat. Dude. I rate... This is going to be people are going to disagree with this a lot. I rate the Batman worse than all of them, bro. It's one of the worst movies I've ever seen. It wrecks my life. Like, talk about establishing logic, going against it, flipping it back around. The only thing that I heard people praise was like the aesthetics, like it looked cool, right? Like, in the soundtrack and shit like that. But the Batman, that one was just, yeah. People that were on Discord know what I was. I watched it probably like 4 times within 5 or 6 days, just wrecking it every time like anyone brings up anything about it. So, Batman doesn't suck. The Robert Pattinson fucking Batman sucks. That shit is super ass cheeks, and I can make an argument for it, but I'm not gonna do it now. But I can make it an argument for it. Now, I'm fresh off Wakanda Forever. We watched that shit last night, allegedly, and cliches with nonsensical things to just be real characters I didn't care to see, bro. The fucking the new what's her name? It's not Iron Man, it's Iron Heart or some shit, bro. Riri. That chick. The new Iron Man. That's a woman. I don't know, so she was like annoying to me. It took some of the seriousness out of the film. And then they attempt to go back to it at certain points, and fucking this chick gets fucking stabbed through the stomach. Cherie. It was just like certain, like they actually made explanation for certain plot things that happen, which I like. Okay, fine. You told a story from A to B. The main fuck ups are like quality of taste thing as opposed to making logical sense, even though some things were just illogical. But just taste things. Okay, we understand his weaknesses, heat, but you're, I don't know, like he's fucking Cherie up, but the fucking his weakness all of a sudden then kicks in right after he's done beating the shit out of her, or stabbing her through the fucking stomach. It's like, I don't know, what happened to epic fights that were not so cliched down to like a child's level of intelligence in regards to filmmaking. Damon, you lived long enough, Uncle. Damon, on that we agree. Was I right? MGTOW falls under the LGBTIA plus community. That's too many letters for me. Aromantic / asexual. I want a Flatman movie with a lo-fi musical score. The freak. I couldn't hear Wakanda for a while. There were riggers in the theater talking the whole time. Haha. Oh, Dubster, it seems like you and Matt have found each other's tiny dicks, as unbelievable as that sounds. That sound? Found them. Congratulations. What the fuck was I thinking of? Oh, Black Adam? Yeah, with Black Adam, it's also it gets from A to B, I guess. But it's even more hokey and shorter of a movie than... I think it's shorter, right? It felt like it was shorter because of how terrible some of the like the quality of shots I'm seeing and quality of storytelling and plot development. They had the little kid who's like, "Oh man, oh Mr. Black Adam, oh shit," like corny ass, ruining my fucking movie experience of The Rock was supposed to be fucking big tough guy who's bad and fucking kills people and destroys everything. Meanwhile, this little fucking kid gets to survive, bro. It's a escape goons with a skateboard and shit, like terrible. That's those two. Like, so yeah, okay. Wakanda Forever. What did I give it? 6.5, 6.5. Black Adam's like a 6.2, 6.3, in the same ballpark. Both below average movies that are forgettable, other than what Marvel always does, which is tie-ins, and what DC's trying to copy, which is tie-ins. Right? You get Superman, and am I spoiling this? Whatever. You get Superman and Black Adam, end credits, and in Wakanda Forever you get his son, T'Challa's son. They show he has a son with Lupita. Okay. Thanks, guys. Otherwise, movie's not worth it. Oh, Jesus Christ, Stevie. The skateboarding kid should have gotten the Brannick treatment. Black Adam, it still told the story from A to B, right? There's like plot flubs, right? Well, not as many plot flubs as like fuck. Maybe I don't remember the movie. Maybe I don't remember it too well. I'm pretty sure it told story from A to B like decently, right? Like okay, and then the actual all the kiddie shit they put around it and make it corny is my main problems. Maybe I'm confusing it. Either way, don't go watch it. Suck. Or do watch it. Spoilers for season 4. Oh shit. Oh fuck. I got 4 minutes. Real quick, House of the Dragon. Oh my god, is there time jumps, corny plot hole, not plot holes, but like plot devices. Oh my god. It's wrecking your audience, subverting your audience. That is House of the Dragon. And then the Lord of the Rings show, just fucking boring. First two episodes of both shows, I was kind of intrigued. I was like, oh, okay, let's see where they go. And then one just went to stupid land and made everything boring and cliche. And I kind of droned through the Rings of Power. I just like, yeah, fuck it. It's Friday, right? We watched the show? All right, let's watch it. House of the Dragon, on the other hand, I always like heavily anticipated watching it because it would fucking, some of the plot things were just so bad, and it was so fucking funny to watch that with people and like react to it. I gotta do that sometime, bro. Like, for sure, for the next one, I'm gonna try to like view it or watch it live. Yeah, react to it, and then like chop it up into pieces and release it as an uploaded video that people who aren't in the Discord can fucking see that shit. Because we were fucking having fun. We're like, no, pause it, bro. Go back. You gotta see some of the stupidest shit I've ever seen. I wish I could go into detail. I'm like running out of time now. Just remember, horses, be careful. They can smell your emotion. They can smell your fear. Don't get started on a horse, bro. It'll fall right on you. She-Hulk, I gave She-Hulk 1 episode and never looked back at it again, bro. That shit, cringy. I mean, Hulk looking like a professor, wearing glasses and shit, and fucking shirts. Like, you're the Hulk, bro. Just change back into Bruce Banner if you're gonna. I know they wrote the whole thing in Endgame or one of the fucking Marvel movies that he can't he's that guy now. He's Professor Hulk. I just don't like it. I want to see Savage fucking. But no, apparently this girl becomes a Hulk, beats the shit out of him, and like beats him in training and shit in one day. It's like, oh, this is terrible, and I just never watched it again. What's it? First rule of Chuck E. Cheese Fight Club is you not talk about Chuck E. Cheese. What am I streaming? Bro, I'm gonna go. Alright, guys. Time for Jordan to peace. Watch the UFC. Hopefully I have this organized better to where I can just stream and I can stream here and Discord. And trust me, I don't feel like. Feel me? Feel me? Alright, that is it for me, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Remember, Discord is pinned. My Discord link is pinned in the comments if you guys want to join that. Everyone else who's already in Discord, I'll see you there. Watch the fights and shit, allegedly. Don't forget to check out all the donation links in the description box. Even if they don't work, check them out anyways. Try them. You never know. Go donate. Go share it. You know what to do. Do it. It's in the description box. I forgot, like, how do I end things? Like, subscribe if you feel like. Comment. You must always comment. And with all that said, give this video a thumbs down.
Say you wanna get in, and then you wanna get out. When you get the money to buy yourself a car.